macho, I got so much style, I should be there with the stylistics. Make up to break up, niggas need to wake up. Smell the Indonesia, hit you to a seizure. Fuck your moms, hit the skins to amnesia. She don't remember shit, just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor, and me hitting the clits. Sucking on the tits, had to hook her begging for the dick. And your moms ain't ugly, love, my dick got rock quick. I guess I was a combination.
Spring cleaning.
Yes, sir.
It's spring cleaning.
That's why we're using the clean version of that song.
That is the clean version, yeah. You don't want to hear
the dirty version.
Oh my god. It's just audio of him killing real people.
Punching actual women.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine.
If you get, look, it depends if it was self-defense. You know, it's like, if she, you know, let's say she was going to do something that would harm your reputation. That's self-defense.
Yeah, it's your livelihood at stake.
It's like, it's really like, it's like blowing up a gas line. You know, it's like, it's self-defense. It's like, okay, yeah, like there's like,
it was stinky.
Like yeah, it's like, oh, it was gonna, there could have been a gas leak, you know, or what the fuck's going on? People blowing. What do eco terrorists do? They blow up pipelines.
They
don't
for
bathe?
German parliament and they shut down all the nuclear power plants.
Damn, that was a fucking huge dub. They really finessed that. Wow.
they're psyched about that one, I bet. Yeah, they don't have to
like,
blow
wow.
up things anymore. They're just like, we can just shut it down. I think you can just be like, we should stop.
All right, look, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm gonna crack. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this hiss here. Hold on.
Oh,
you hear that?
no.
Oh my god, no! The fucking echo filter must have caught it. God damn it!
It's absolute silence. You're like, hey, check it out. Boom, Prime Podcast. Check this out.
I saved this for a week.
What was it?
This is a can of The Beast Unleashed by Monster Energy Drink. This is Monster's alcoholic offering now. This is their alcohol-laden beverage.
I didn't know that was happening. That's fun.
It's well, you know, fucking Mountain Dew won't do what's right and release their goddamn beverage to the public. That was a scam.
Monster does with what Mountain don't.
Yeah, fucking A, absolutely. There are like 5 states right now that nobody gives a fuck about that have access to the hard Mountain Dew. Yeah. And I have to get by on this crap, which I have to say,
it's got more caffeine. Like it probably is better.
There's no caffeine in here. You can't do caffeine anymore because a bunch of dumb kids died from Four Loko.
Oh yeah,
so,
right.
Like, you can't.
So wait, yeah. So what's the point? If it's Monster.
Okay, well let me get a sip here. Did that come through? Did my sip come through?
I heard you sipping.
Okay.
What's the flavor?
So I'm drinking the white. So this white one I have in my hand tastes identical to Monster Zero Ultra.
Oh, okay.
It tastes like which right away. That's a win because Monster Zero Ultra is a thinking
one.
Man's beverage. And this tastes absolutely good as fuck. Let me read the side of the can here for you.
Their blurbs are the worst. That's the worst part of.
This is what people tune in for. Our original crew has been making drinks for 30 plus years now. Our favorite brand, Monster Energy, is about to turn 21. Our favorite brand, Monster Energy. Okay.
Yeah, because it's Monster's owned by Pepsi or whatever.
We figured why not celebrate the big day by making an adult beverage. We hit delete on the energy blend, cut out the caffeine, and ditched the sugar. Next, we brewed up the smoothest tasting alcohol ever and blended it with our tried and true flavors. The beast is unleashed! Great taste, 6.0% alcohol, and no sugar to weigh you down. Get ready to celebrate and don't be afraid of the big bad beast. Cheers.
My YouTube video where I slip Mr. Beast 100 milligrams of PCP. The beast is unleashed!
Oh, man.
See, this is pointless, though, because it's way easier to add alcohol to an energy drink than it is to add caffeine to alcoholic Monster.
Yeah, that's
So
fine. I don't. Oh, it's a late. I'm an adult man.
they've just made it way harder to get the speedball, the legal speedball that you crave.
It is the legal speedball that the kids crave, and
They
it's.
did crave it. They craved it so much that the government had to take it away.
Can you believe that we missed that window?
We were just like a couple of years.
We were
Man.
like we were what 3 or 4 years early, like born.
Yeah, it was like
too early
2011
or too
or
late,
something.
rather.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, we would have died. Like we would have killed ourselves with Four Loko.
I don't think it would have been that big a deal. Also, it's still very easy to do. You know, you could do a
Yeah,
vodka
but
Red Bull. You could do,
But wasn't the thing that like the elements separated? So the like if you just let it sit, the alcohol would all float to the top. So kids were drinking like 4 shots of alcohol.
No,
off the top of
there's
the
no
can
way that's how it
immediately.
would work because it's in a can. It has to be emulsified. There's no way any canned drink works like that. They have to figure that
Look,
shit
I
out
don't
before
know
they sell it.
however many syllables that you just said. I can't comprehend that many. You got to dumb this down. I'm drinking the Beast Unleashed.
It's
and
mixed
fucking
up.
alcoholic-
You're never gonna open a can. There's never gonna be a carbonated beverage that you have to mix up before you.
There you go. Saying carbonated, like fucking, like I know what that means.
How deep are the
Look,
Great Lakes, Ethan?
I'm trying to. I haven't even looked it up yet. I haven't gotten there. I'm gonna crush this can against my forehead and go do some extreme shit on a fucking motorbike. I wanna go play some card games on motorcycles. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is you were talking about Yuyo Bridge, and what I always say about a bridge series is that like 95% of the jokes are trash. Throw them in the garbage, and the 5% I say to myself every day, pretty much, and it probably will forever for the rest of my life. Like lately, I've been thinking when there's the arc where there's a lot of body swapping, and someone says to Yami, he goes, "Pharaoh, I need your body," and he goes, "Get in line, muchacho." That's a great line.
there's like a particular delivery from Malik Blishtar.
That is a Star Wars name. That is straight
Malik
up
Blishtar,
Star Wars nonsense.
where he says, "Ignore me," and I'll say "ignore me" in that manner until I die. But the amount there's an episode where Mokuba just only talks in Pokemon names. like Mokuba is convinced that he's a Pokemon, so he only says Bulbasaur whenever anybody addresses him. Holy shit,
yeah.
that shit rocks. It really is like way funnier than it should be.
It has no right to
and it is. Every
have so
single
many good
episode is
lines.
funny. Dude, so there's like the first arc of like the Duelist Kingdom is pretty good. Battle City, when they're in Battle City, and then when they get on that blimp, holy shit, it is nothing but dimes the entire time. It's fucking, he's shooting 3-pointers from the fucking half court, and they're all sinking, baby. He was really on fire.
Yeah, I remember I told you recently about my favorite one is like this early scene where like they're going around the room, every character saying a line that's very like very them, and then Tristan's holding a die and he goes, "This thing's going straight up my nose."
Every word that comes out of Tristan's mouth is gold.
He's great.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the Code Geass abridged also has so many. Again, almost all of it is trash, but like on our podcast we played his crazed rant of just going on about society Joker mode, and also I always think of when the Shirley, when she's confused and pointing a gun at Lelouch, he has her go, "Nobody move until I figure out what I'm doing." And I always think of that. I think of that so often.
That shit's basically lost to time. Like that's gonna be, in like 20 years, people are gonna be like, it's like, did this actually exist? I'm trying to remember jokes from this show, because like they haven't. It's not like anybody's like remastered them or anything. Like it's 15-year-old uploads on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like we're talking like straight up, like I want to. That's early YouTube. Period. Like '07. Like that's early YouTube. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me like how good some of the audio quality is in that stuff too. Like his whatever. I'm not gonna talk about fucking the Abridged series. I'm gonna talk about this Monster Energy drink I'm sipping on right now.
That's the content.
It's smooth and refreshing, and it's got a bold flavor that makes me feel like I can get out there and do
You've
stuff.
been unleashed. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've been ever since the world went through ever since the world has gone through a major change. I haven't been right, but now that I have a grip on this monster, the Beast Unleashed drink, hard 6.0% white haze, 21 plus, contains alcohol.
They should sell it under the slogan hard monster, the real vaccine. And just see how long they can get away with it. Can you call it a vaccine if you spell it in a funny way, like with two X's?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think they're probably trampling on like a Marvel trademark at that point, because there's definitely a fucking X-Men named Vaccine.
I've been getting fucking calls from the CDC, which is weird, like multiple times a day.
Uh-oh. They
Like,
know that you don't got it.
I think they must know I don't got it, because I've been getting like 2 calls a day from them, and you look up the number and it's like definitely like it's an NIH survey, which like,
so like
why would they be calling me why would they be calling me more than once a day and leaving me fucking voicemails for a survey? That is insane. There's no way. I can't believe that's how.
No, I don't get this shit. I'm the same age as you, man. They never sending me that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're in Texas though.
It's true. I'm free from the.
Oh, you know what? It started happening right after I did my taxes, so they must have gotten my number. I bet that's why. It was like the day after I did my taxes.
They should legalize caffeine in alcoholic beverages again, because we need to get our birth rate up.
Something. Yeah.
And I really think that's probably a good way to do it, is if you just start sending, like, just legalize Four Loko and put it in, like, the true Four Loko, and put it into like a hip looking can. Like, it's got like papyrus font, and it's got like sort of a soft touch texture on it. The population would boom immediately. I think that's really what we're looking for, because we can't rely on the Catholics forever. Like, they're lifting so much of our population. They're doing so much of the heavy lifting. The Catholics.
No, it's all Mormons now. The Catholics aren't having lots of kids anymore.
Like, Utah is like, God bless them, literally, because they're doing everything for us. Like, it's we'd be fucked. Did you say recently that the Hill Kimura pageant is just done forever?
I think they stopped that. Yeah.
Because they just reached the end of their. That's crazy. Because I remember my entire life the Hill Kimura pageant was happening, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're just at the end of this calendar cycle." Like,
I just never heard of it until like 2 years ago.
Oh no, I ran in let's say more bohemian circles than you, because my parents are both hippies. So like I
never took that as a hippie thing, considering it's a Mormon meetup.
They're the thing is like, hippies, they'll just take any kind of spirituality you could throw at them. Like, they got a lot of.
True. There was definitely a very Jesus-y subsection of hippies.
It's really.
I think it was called the Jesus movement, which is weirdly on the nose. I feel like you need to be more specific, but
I like it. It's straightforward. It's like New Coke.
Yeah.
It's like it's just what are we beating around the bush for? We're the Jesus movement. Boy, regional festivals. Yeah, we're really hitting some universal topics here. What's going on?
The pageant. The Hill Kimura pageant.
Did they sacrifice? A pageant or festival, I believe. Did they like sacrifice virgins in that shit? That would have been pretty cool.
No, probably not.
Nothing cool ever happens in fucking New York, though. Everything cool that happened in New York happened in like the 30s. It was all like once. I mean, like there was like a bunch of cool fights between the FBI and the mafia, and then nothing interesting has happened there since then.
There was that
It's
big.
like-
Where was that big mafia bust in the 50s? That was fun.
The Buffalo was cool for a little bit. They got to have some mafias. They had some very low end mafiosos in Buffalo. It's crazy how shitty New York is. Really, like it's the only place on the entire planet where you can take the largest metropolitan area and an unbelievable natural beauty and reduce them to both being completely worthless. It's fascinating, honestly. Like, how do they do it? Like, how could you mismanage a state so badly?
Yeah, it's probably
that's
the biggest waste of a very, very pretty landscape. Probably anywhere in the world, actually.
The fact that it still looks like that, and it's like it's still there, and they haven't destroyed it. They're preserving it just to taunt us. Really, it's like
my dad was telling me about like you get so used to like you're in the countryside, you just see all these like shitty rundown houses that just like completely bombed out, and then you cross the border into Vermont, and everything looks exactly the same except all the houses are nice. They're just like painted,
Yep.
and all the shutters are up and everything. It's like what
people live there.
happened?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. It's like how does simple governance, how is it able to do this to an entire population?
I'm not sure what it is, but I'm perfectly willing to just blame Albany. Like I have no problem, you know. I'm like it might be those people's fault, but at the same time, I'm totally okay with being ignorant and just assuming that there's like some sort of crooked Italian motherfucker in government who's making that happen. Like there's somebody who decided that Gouverneur New York has to be a shithole. Like it's just like really just like Philadelphia, New York is going to be ass. And that was a decision that was made, you know.
Yes.
It's like
check that box off.
Yeah, it's like what so this year we could either we could either beautify northern New York or we could line your pockets. So it's like, well, that's a simple answer right there. Like I don't have to put like, why even bring this bullshit to my desk? But yeah, we could we could fix all the roads and make all the houses nice, or we could help out these 1,200 carjackers. We could get them out. We could get them out of county jail. Yeah, 150 people died in Buffalo this year because the power went out.
That's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
150 people died in Buffalo this year because the power went out. I guess we could do something about that.
Definitely all old people. Also, it's like you don't die if the power goes out unless you're insanely old. So it's just the saddest thing ever.
Yeah, there were 150 World War II veterans who were all on the beaches of every single one of them liberated the concentration camps themselves personally. And we can do something about them. We could do something about them, or we could instead let the 316 people that are responsible for all of the theft going on in New York City back out in the streets. Did you see that? Hold on, I gotta see if I can find this. Hold on.
I don't know.
You need to fill time here.
I don't know how I found this, but like I happened across this video. This Florida police department had like a chopper up when it had like an infrared camera, and they were looking for something else, and they just happened to see a bunch of teens like steal a luxury, like a sports car. I forget what it was, but it was like a Porsche-esque, you know, some kind of
Maserati, Porsche,
911. Yeah. And like they get in the car, and they're like, they have a chopper looking at them that they don't know that. So like chopper says where they are. So a cop starts following them, puts the lights on. They're going like 35. They see the cops following them, and they floor it. And it's like 4 a.m. There's no one on the roads. And they floor it. They start going like 80. And this like just like village, and they have this city has a no pursue policy, so they just like the cop immediately fucking like backs off, but the car just keeps flooring it, and they hit like a curb, or they fishtail going like 90, and then like fly up into a parking lot and like hit a billboard and just like completely fucking wipe out, and I think they all died. But then I saw the press conference of like the police chief talking about everything that happened, and then I looked back in the history, and this same police chief has done this exact same thing for this exact same scenario like 5 or 6 times over the last 5 years. It's always kids just take a car, just immediately go 100, and then all die in this one particular city in Florida. And it's like, and he's doing one of them. It's this it's like 6 kids. They're like all like 15. They get in 2 cars that are like in an impound lot or used car lot or something, and they steal these 2 cars, and they're going like 130, and one of them crashes, and everyone flies out of the car. One of them miraculously survives. He's on the pavement. He just had a concussion, and one of the I think it was the driver who died was his brother. So he died in a car with his brother going 100 miles an hour in a car they stole. And when you look him up, like he healed up. I don't think he got any like charges or anything. A year later, he and his friend stole another car and went 100 miles an hour again and crashed.
Florida is something else, man.
I don't know if they crashed or not, but the police chief, he was going like, between these 6 individuals, these 6 teenagers, they've been arrested 148 times.
Dude, are you ready for this shit? I got the numbers in front of me here. Okay, this is an article from the New York Times. Let's see. Nearly a third of all shoplifting arrests in New York City last year involved just 327 people. Collectively, they were arrested and rearrested more than 6,000 times.
It's like 20 times a person.
Can you believe it?
So they're just doing it every day. That's their career, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And they're getting caught like, a sixth of the time.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like that's happening in the biggest metropolitan area in the entire country, and then it's like no wonder the rest of the state sucks total ass. It's like at a certain point you got to take a finger, right? It's like you got to be like, it's like we got to just take. It's like we got to send a real message here. It's like you got to take a hand. It's like you've been arrested for theft 20 times. I think society is due like something. Like you got to get a hand or a finger or like a toe. It's like, this is crazy. And
I mean, I genuinely, I don't like. It's just, it's too much. It sounds like too much of like a boomer point to say, but I genuinely like. There must be so much tax money, and I don't know where it's going. Like it's like the richest. There's like so much. It's New York. And it's like the only state that like where you pay fucking tolls on the state highways, right?
I don't pay interstate tolls here. You can, but like you're not going to do it here. No, look, it's
well,
not
even inner. Oh yeah, well,
dude, it's fucking New York,
that is the interstate.
New York City. It's like, what more do you have to say?
Where are they doing? What are they doing with all the with all the dollars?
It's insane. It's like it's been corrupt since its inception. I'm reading Burr right now by Gore Vidal, and it's a story about Aaron Burr. It's like him in the late years of his life. And New York City sucked back in the 1800s too. I would have to refresh my beverage already. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm gonna finish off this Beast Unleashed energy alcoholic beverage here.
Oh please.
Quick. Let me get some tasting notes on this before I go.
I mean, it's not energy, but
there's nothing that tastes like Monster Zero Ultra. People describe that as having like a flavor that's identifiable. The white version of Monster Zero Ultra is an entirely novel flavor.
I mean, it's supposed to be just generic citrus, right?
But it's smoother than generic citrus. It has like a softer sort of.
It's like an elevated Sprite. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Monster Zero Ultra is a special drink, really. And I know that it's I know that it's a meme.
Yeah,
I know that it's like a meme.
That's a
beverage,
deserved meme. Yeah,
it's so good. It's
nice.
like have you tried the new Coke Zero or a Coke Zero Sugar or whatever the newest version is?
No.
Dude, it's the best soda ever made.
What?
Period. Without a doubt. The newest Coke Zero is the best cola ever made.
Whoa.
It has to be. Shy of the ones that had cocaine in them.
That's probably.
But that's another thing. This is I think my theme for this episode is going to be trying to boost our population, and legalizing cocaine, that would go a long ways. You know.
No way, man! You got Coke dick.
It wasn't a problem when last time we were hanging out down here. We were plenty hard the whole time. No. It was plenty hard the entire time we were watching
for yourself,
Species.
Buddy.
We were watching Venom 2 and Species.
Well, obviously Venom 2 got me, at a solid 80%, but that was in spite of the cocaine.
Something just came to my mind that I was joking about recently. I got a lot of friends who are getting engaged right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about like honeymoons and shit. And I was thinking about the concept of of a honey goon. Well, the honey where you get a bunch of your boys together and you all just go to some exotic place to jerk off together.
That sounds like more of a bachelor party.
That's the honey goon.
Like...
So it's like when all of the bachelors of the bachelor party are in the groom's party who are not married or not like in a relationship go to some exotic location at the same time to go jerk off together. So you've got like 5 dudes somewhere in Tokyo all jerking off while looking out a window. It's have we talked about gooning on the podcast?
Yes, yeah. When we watched Oni-chan wa Oshimai, we discussed
did I cut
gooning.
out my ear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Oh
Hello?
no, what happened?
Can you not... Hold on. No, I'm still coming through. You just can't hear me for some reason. Yeah, I'm
Hello?
still...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can still hear you. Oh, well, he's out, folks. He must have unplugged something by accident. That's all it could be, because I'm showing up on every audio interface I have here. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, it'd be funny if you're... Hello? Hey, hi.
I figured out what it was. Sorry.
Did you just unplug something?
No, my receiver got switched off of a setting.
Oh.
Anyway, honey gooning. And have we talked about gooning on the podcast at all?
Yes, yeah. When we watched Oni-chan wa Oshimai, we said it was a show for gooners.
Honey gooning.
or a gooning bachelor party where your fiance is like, it's no strippers, and you're like, we're just gonna jerk off together without any stimuli.
Yeah. It's just something funny to me about the image of you've got 2 or 3 dudes jerking off looking out a window, and then you've got another guy who sidles on up with a hard dick jerking off, and he joins the group.
like the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, but they're all jerking off.
Yeah. It's like they slowly, one by one, they're getting hard enough to start beating it and looking out the window. It really speaks to, there's something about that speaks to me. It's just,
yeah, that's true brotherhood.
Yeah. So yeah, honeygooning.
Honeygooning, that's good.
That's all I got. Nothing interesting has happened for me over the last 2 weeks. Let me go refresh my page.
Oh, you hadn't done that yet. Okay, all right.
No, I was caught up trying to figure out what the fuck happened to my audio.
Go for it. I was doing some yard work. I took some trees down. I have downed some trees, fell some trees. My dad needed some help felling trees, which we did, small ones, because he's putting solar panels in. Kind of ironic that you got to cut down trees to put in solar panels, but whatever. It's a little scary, but whatever. Still alive. And also, I'm just 3D printing more legal firearm equipment. Did my print stop? Is that still going? I can't even tell. I'm printing I'm printing an optic mount right now. It's a combination optic mount and carry handle. I want to be able to carry it around. It's still just doing.
I'm back.
All right. I was talking about I cut down some trees with my dad. He needed trees cut down in his backyard because he's installing solar panels.
His crazy coke house.
Yes, his crazy
house that
postmodern 80s, house.
How's that going for him?
It's way too much work. He's being driven insane.
Well, you know what? He deserves a little bit of that. Because he shouldn't have anything that he's got.
I mean, it's crazy that I thought his wife would be. It turns out, I guess maybe just neither of them have any ability to plan ahead, because it's just fucking. He's gonna be working on that house until he dies.
You know what? Good. Fuck him. Your fucking dad.
Yeah,
your dad doesn't deserve what did he do to earn a cabin in the goddamn woods?
That's not
the woods.
You mean the other house also? Yes.
Not to player hate, of course, because clearly I should be taking notes from him, because that's he should write a book really on player activity. Do we think we live in an era of player hatery?
Oh, absolutely. Again, Andrew Tate.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
They did him so dirty.
Fuck Andrew Tate. It's really about Leonardo DiCaprio, where it's this dude who's an international super celebrity is being hated on for dating 23-year-old girls. It's really this is where we're at right now. It's
that's not even nearly the worst of I mean, really any age gap. I mean, we're talking 5-year age gaps will make Twitter Zoomers angry.
But you know what it is? It's jealous women. That's what it is. It's the jealous women group where it's I want to be the one that's being preyed on by Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't know. Everyone says that, but I really think they actually believe it. I really just think they kind of see everything as predatory, pretty much.
What it's
pretty much any relationship where someone has any where there's really any difference between the people at all, where it is a relationship that's not basically therapy or a weird yoga commune session where everyone is sort of group chiding each other, struggle session shit. They just see as some kind of power being exerted someone.
It's crazy. It's like just assuming that people can't think for themselves at all.
They can't, but the problem is assuming that that's a bad thing.
Well, but like, I want to fuck Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like, what's the...
And these fucking Tumblr bitches won't let me. They get mad at me.
I want to be used by Leonardo DiCaprio until I'm able to find a 60-year-old billionaire who wants me to be his fifth wife. Like, that's a completely legitimate avenue for somebody to pursue, and I'm tired of pretending it's not.
You know, that I feel like that concept kind of ties into what I believe to be the emerging theme of this season's anime, which we probably should get into, considering it's been almost an hour.
Transition! Holy shit! Oh my god!
But
segue,
I started noticing a theme, and I'm curious if you hooked into the same one, or maybe I am just subconsciously on a particular track and I was projecting, but we'll find out. But we're going to talk about some goddamn anime.
Let's do it, man.
As Grumpy G-san used to say, we're going to take a break here and talk about some motherfucking pussy-ass anime.
That is what he said.
He was a cool old man. Yeah, that's the kind of thing
he would blast ends. It was cool when he would blast ends. He would just let it rip.
He would blast huge ends in the woods, in the Sahara, or not the Sahara, the fucking whatever the desert is out there.
Did he die?
I think he just got old and couldn't like post videos and hike and stuff anymore. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
So anyway, yes, let's do it, man. I was the one trying to do it earlier. Let's get it going now, though.
Oh, I wanted to talk about anime the whole time.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool before it was cool to not want to talk about Leonardo DiCaprio preying on young women or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Which, by the way, I have to let you know. I'm sorry, I'm a normie now. I'm sure you've noticed, but I have to take whatever the safe opinion is. It's good for my career, so I have to. Ask me something.
Okay. What do you think about giving chili to your neighbors?
Oh, that sounds pretty good. What kind of chili
nope,
is it?
You failed the test. You failed the normie test.
What happened? What happened to beef chili?
See, you're not aware of the chili argument on Twitter. I think that was from like a year ago.
Wait, I'm more of a normie than I'm not aware.
Well, no, because normie, I mean, okay, maybe I'm kind of conflating normie with like Zoomer, like girl. But if you tell someone that you're giving your neighbors chili, everyone gets mad at you because, you know, what if they don't have bowls, or what if they're allergic, or what if they have anxiety and they don't want you to bring them chili, that kind of thing. That's what.
I don't care about that.
Okay, so you're more like sort of you're on the normie spectrum. You're kind of closer to like boomer normie.
Oh, I was born in 1954. That's the thing is that I was like, I don't care.
You just want to grill.
Like,
okay.
It's not even that I don't even care. It's not I'm not aware of any of those things. It's like what do you mean that it's upsetting to you that I knocked on your door? It's like what do you like? I know all of my neighbors' names. Like what do you like? What are you talking about? I think I might be cultivating the perfect American male existence. Yeah. I think I'm working on it. I think what
do you think about fireworks going off in your neighborhood a lot of nights of the year if that were to happen?
I wish I was invited. It's a little bummer, a little bit of a bummer that they didn't put up flyers letting me know that they were going to be cool, send out cool fireworks. Would have brought some.
It's just like there's a slight dejected angle to it.
Yeah, I'm like I thought there's a cool party that's happening and I'm not invited to the cool party. Like, yeah. What am I supposed to feel?
Mm-hmm.
It feels, again, I was born in 1950. All of my dad's brothers and sisters died in the war somehow. So
which war? What?
Pick one.
Oh, okay. Desert Storm.
Damn, my parents are old.
Well, your dad was a general who was tragically missile striked
during the Desert War.
Yeah.
Man, can you believe that we had, everybody overlooks. Everybody
my whole family died in Operation Just Cause.
It's crazy how everybody looks over the fact that we absolutely fuck shit up in Kuwait. Like, we just went in there and just absolutely wrecked shit in the 90s, and we don't get any credit for it at all. That sucks. Where we went in and won a war in 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get a lot of credit for winning against Kuwait, or winning against, what was it? Iraq.
It was Iraq, yeah.
That's like, I mean, okay.
We went across the entire goddamn fucking globe. Tell me, send right now. Tell France to send their troops to send to Argentina and win Argentina right now. Go win a fucking war there right now. I guarantee they can't do that shit.
UK did that. Falklands?
No, it's not the same. That's not the same kind of conflict.
It's still some islands there, you know.
I'm looking up the Falklands War right now. Anyway, 80s, speaking of anime.
Speaking of the Falklands, Jigokuraku, everybody.
There it is.
Yes, this is our first show. Wait. I'm fidgeting with a small object, and I need to get this thing through this hole. God damn it.
All of the promo art for this looks good, so this better suck total ass. Otherwise, I'm going to be upset that you didn't.
Oh, you didn't watch this one? Okay, then I will talk about it. Jigokuraku is also known as Hell's Paradise. This is manga mappa adaptation. Simply Eben. Mappa's the one that Gaijin love. It opens with a scene of them trying to decapitate a guy, but it doesn't work. He's too strong. Neck too strong.
That's pretty cool.
The opening gave me strong Shingeki no Bahamut vibes. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. And the opening has some wild visuals. It's not. I guess it's not like a Mappa B team. They are putting some effort in. And I always get confused. I was like, are they just literally doing another Demon Slayer? Because it really just looks a lot like Demon Slayer. Similar setting, similar art style, action, samurai, magic show. Then I remembered Demon Slayer's UFO table, actually, not Mappa. So getting in on the Demon Slayer, on a very Demon Slayer style show, can't blame them for that one. But still, it was very like, oh, this looks a lot like Demon Slayer, even though I haven't even seen barely any of that show. I could tell it looks a lot like Demon Slayer. They keep trying to kill this guy. He's like a hot boy. He's got white hair. They try to burn him. They try and draw and quarter him. What is Gabimaru? Is that his name? I don't even know. They try to burn him in a different way, with oil instead of whatever they were using before, wood. And then they're keeping him in jail, and he meets a lady who is his record keeper. I don't know if that's an actual role that existed in the old days, or if just in the lore of this, they're keeping a record of this guy because it's pretty notable,
Fucking badass.
This guy's fucking badass. We got to get a lady to write some shit about this guy. when the characters started talking like a Baltimore retarded guy, I thought it was weird.
That is a redundant statement. Let it go on.
Yo, guys, we got to start like a journal on this guy or something.
We need to learn.
This guy's fucking crazy, dude. Nothing can kill this guy. I can't.
We need to learn every single thing that we can learn about Baltimore to make fun of them.
I need to hear Stav do the Baltimore guy for like 5 seconds, and then I'll be able to do it for a full day. But I can't do it right now. He has a wife. I don't think he has a kid, but he has a wife. He's like he's like an assassin, like a raised from birth assassin. He's like a natural assassin because he has powers, and I think he's immortal. I mean, he is immortal. They can't kill him. So he's been an assassin his whole life. But then he found a lady who likes him and was nice to him. So he got married. And I think he was just about to give up his life of killing people. But then they caught him. And so he's being executed. And then they bring him to this room. And it turns out his record keeper lady is actually a really strong executioner who's good with swords, who actually can hurt him. And I think she chops his head off, and he ends up in an other side paradise world where people are like turning into flowers. And then she forms a contract with him, and I think he'll be able to clear his name if he gets some MacGuffin. I can't remember what it is. But then they go back to the real world, I think, and they're killing all these executioner guys. They're really not even bad guys. They're executing a guy who's like murdered people, but they seem to, our main characters seem like just kind of bad people. But it looks okay. It just felt kind of weird. It didn't seem like a first episode. Like it feels like we got into it too fast. I don't know.
Seems like it's gonna go on for about 150 episodes. Is that where you're
well, I can see it going either way.
Holy shit! I totally forgot that I haven't finished Legend of Galactic Heroes yet. I'm really deep into that shit. Oh my god, I haven't watched any of that since I got back from Bangkok.
Talk about it for a second while I go to the bathroom.
No, I'm gonna talk about Beck instead.
That's fine too.
So, yeah, I'm at the weird point in Beck where they bring in like Western characters pretty significantly, and it's the only thing in Beck that makes it difficult to recommend is that and it's not specifically the representation of Black people. It's that the representation of Black people in the show is specifically gang affiliated hip hop people, which is that's a person that exists. We know that kind of person exists in the world. It's just that's the only Black people in the entire show, and when they show up, they're all affiliated with gang. Like it's a little awkward. It's still a terrifically entertaining program. I think that the English dub maybe when I'm watching it now for the second time, it definitely feels like things are perhaps a little truncated for the sake of a 26 episode show, but God, it's still so entertaining to watch. It's a terrific. It's the same director who did Paradise Kiss, and it feels like it. That's just like a specific place and time that anime existed in, where like that aesthetic will never exist again. That is from the dawn of man until the extinction of mankind. There will never be a period of time where that aesthetic existed. That's it. And that's kind of an interesting thing just about it, like aesthetics in general, like where we have so much media being made now, and it's all, ostensibly never going to disappear. It's archived eternally in so many different ways.
I'm back.
I was just talking.
Shut up! I'm back.
No, don't worry about
Shut the fuck up! I'm back.
You cracking a Jenny?
I am cracking a Jenny.
That's the Jenny energy.
yeah. That's the I don't need caffeine in this. I don't know what reminded me of this, but I assume you don't have stink bugs down in Texas.
No.
Oh, you're lucky. Holy fuck.
Look, in my life, I've hardly dealt with any bugs of any sort, so I'm just lucky, I guess. Maybe I smell so bad, no bugs want to come near me.
I should try that strategy. Yeah.
I was talking about, while you were gone, I was talking about the fact that so much media is generated so quickly now that like aesthetics will be totally overdone and then discarded in the span of like a couple of years. Like the guy who directed
that happens in weeks on the internet now. That's basically just
right.
trendy what memes are.
So the guy who directed back the Mongolian Chop Squad also directed Paradise Kiss. And like
Yeah.
when you know that information, you clearly see it, and then
Mm-hmm.
you understand, you kind of like recognize some of his like stylistic decisions that he makes and like the way that he directs. And then but you can also place it in that time. You know, it's like, yeah, 003 to about 08. Like that's the way that things looked, and then that'll never exist ever again. That's gone forever. It's crazy. Like just the way that they like, I mean, even if you think about like 90s anime, that was 10 years of time that will never ever come back. Like it's gone. Like
Mm-mm.
there's
No, that already
nobody could ever
happened.
make it. Yeah, and the further we get from it, the you know, the more media that'll be made, the more rare stuff that looks like that'll become, you know. Anyway, you got your Jenny. It's time to talk about the next show.
The next show is Tengoku Daimakyou,
Yes.
Heavenly Delusion. Although I think an alternate English title is, um, what is it? Infernal something? Uh, that was like, I might be getting it mixed up with the last show. I thought it was also
I
called.
have it as Heavenly Delusion, and that's where I'm seeing it everywhere.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. That's the other. Right, that's what I just said. No, Heavenly Delusion.
No, I don't see anything else anywhere. So it's possible that there's another title for it, but I don't see it anywhere.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I think there's some translation that's not heavenly. It doesn't matter. It's a manga adaptation by Production IG. Um, we got kids in a weird dome society at first, and their faces are all weird and fucked up. And one's got a tomato. And there's very nice backgrounds, you notice, which you can use to take your eyes, to relieve your eyes from these insane faces. Um, and then we cut to different characters who are walking through a post-apocalypse, and their faces don't look as fucked up. And we
No.
almost completely change art styles. They're walking around looking for supplies. I was wondering if plants would even grow in a toilet. I feel like that wouldn't work. But anyways, they're
Yeah,
wandering
you
through.
don't really have a ton of
There's no
soil in a
nitrogen
toilet.
source. Yeah, you need nutrients. There's water there,
Yeah,
sure,
because
but
nobody ain't nobody been done shitting in that bitch in a long motherfucking time. So
if
like
there
what what
was if you start with a shit in there, it could be possible because like a plant grows in the shit first, right, and then the plant dies. That turns into more dirt. So maybe over time, maybe you know, maybe some leaves blow in during one fall, get into the toilet. That
Yeah,
gets you
over the
some.
span of many years,
It has
like
been a
perhaps
while. Yeah.
how many years has it been, I guess is the question.
Looks to me like decades because everything's totally overgrown,
I
right?
was getting the road vibes from this. So like
That is
they're
another
talking
story where this has happened. Yes.
they're talking about like there's this generational split that occurs where people don't remember what life was like before the event and after the event. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Obviously, you're
but
going to get the road vibes. I'm going to get Girls Last Tour. You know,
yes,
same thing. Um, they try to cook some food. It's a boy and a girl. Um, she tries to cook some food. She puts some bad herbs in. Um, and then there's this crazy bird that's around, I guess. They meet a group of crazed rapists, but then they point a gun at them and they just are sort of cool for a few minutes. And then they find a hotel. And then the girl is naked one scene, which I liked. The backgrounds look great. Ooh, I'm looking at these screenshots again.
Yeah.
These are fucking choice. Which is, I mean, good call for a post-apocalyptic show with world building. That's an appropriate place to put your budget.
There is shockingly little world building in this first episode. It's
actually just
kind of
visually
restrained.
there is, but yeah, in lore wise there isn't.
There's like it's actually I wasn't necessarily like super invested in this, but I have to commend their restraint where it's like I this is the first episode dilemma really, which is like, do you just shit a whole bunch of exposition out inside of the first 5 minutes, or do you try to kind of appeal to like a sort of slower build, and I didn't necessarily feel like there was a super strong hook in this first episode, but I do respect them for not explaining every goddamn thing that happened immediately, to a certain degree.
Yeah, there's some mystery, there's some intrigue.
There are a couple of moments that are like a little bit fun. Like there's a moment where they have a special laser gun, which they have pulled on the bandits that are the rape bandits that are going to rape them, and they since they have a gun, they're able to manipulate the bandits into doing things for them. And one of the things that they do is have them recharge the battery for the gun that they're using without the bandits knowing.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not the most novel idea in the world, but at least it's something. And I have to say, taking a bath. What else? There's also the woman that the hotel that they're staying at is like. It seems like she's being set up to be some sort of crazed woman who's going to murder them.
I think she's reluctantly like sacrificing them to the bird monster that lives around. Yeah, because she's acting weird, and also at the end of the episode, they both fall asleep like the main character says something about how like she's weirdly tired, and they had just eaten food from the lady.
Yes,
So I think I thought she might have drugged them.
Yes, but I think there was the idea that was being set up was maybe that she was like a cannibal or something, and then it's one layer deeper than that, where we're being introduced to this external threat in the form of this bird. So that it's fine. It's fine. I wasn't moved by it, but I also wasn't feeling like I was being talked down to. It's very nice looking, and it's pretty well directed.
Yeah, that was the main draw for me, is just that it looks good.
There was definitely some weird whiplash going on, where like when
some
they
of
were
those
staying
faces
with
on those kids, yeah.
the hotel woman, when they would do like reverse shot of the two protagonists like in the rest of the hotel, and then the woman working like in the other side of the hotel, they would go from completely even lighting on our protagonist to dramatic crazy person lighting on the woman who's running the hotel. It's like you're forecasting it like it's a little too thick, it's you're laying it on a little thick, but I appreciated that element, and I appreciated them like at least doing lighting, to convey things. So it's okay.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, and I guess spoiler, because I inadvertently read something about, I guess, one of the subsequent episodes of this, and last season we talked a lot about how there were a lot of the shows last season had a lot of gender swap hijinks.
Yes.
Or gender confusion hijinks.
Yes.
And this show, the girl, a boy with his brain implanted into the body of a girl, which I think sounds unnecessary. I don't know why that needs to be in here.
Oh God, just let it be a girl. Why? Christ Almighty!
I was like, why is she kissing herself in the mirror?
I was talking to some friends recently about the state of live action pornography, and
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
It's literally all incest porn.
Yeah.
Every single, it's all
I mean, is it
about.
still?
Like,
Are they still even like plausible deniability, like stepsister stuff?
it has.
Stepmother?
I believe it. I believe it legally needs to be.
There's no way
yes.
it has to. No, there's no way it legally has to be.
Well, at least from what I've seen, it's every single piece of pornography that exists is some sort of incest.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't exist anymore where it's just like a lady's gonna fuck this dude and they're not related in any way. It's always like, oh, I'm a woman who's going to fuck my stepson. That's the way that it is. Is like it's all from top to bottom is set up that way now. There's no it period, flat out. It is either you have to find like amateur shit that is like boyfriend and girlfriend have sex, or it is I'm going to fuck this relative of mine. It's like that's all you get. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows anyone who isn't the relatives anymore? You know, where you gonna meet a person?
I just met a person. I just made a new friend a couple weeks ago. I was like, holy shit! I'm like, oh my god, this is like a new friend. It's like this is... I haven't done this in about maybe 6 years. So I'm like, oh, this is a new person that I'm friends with now. It's like
neato.
Yeah, fucking A.
It's time to corrupt them.
Yeah, but to destroy their brain. But anyway, what else did we have on this? You're telling me that lady's a guy and a girl's. Why are they doing this?
Yeah, that's a dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm told that it comes out of nowhere, which it must, because this is this is a post-apocalyptic drama. Why would that be in here? That's insane. I don't want to like. I know it's like, oh, I haven't seen the episode where they reveal it, or I haven't seen the rest of the show, so I can't whatever. But I really have a hard time believing that that can be worked believably, or in a way that is coherent into this
dude, why
scenario. I know.
That's baffling. That's baffling.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Next one. Boku no Kokoro no Yabai Yatsu.
Now
I like this one because in my amateur Japanese, I feel like the literal translation of the title is My Heart's Bad Guy. Which is funny, but the official English translation is The Dangers in My Heart. It's a manga being adapted by Shin-A.
It's good to finally get to after many years a show that represents me.
No, it's me. I called it Dibs. He's me.
Fuck you,
He's me.
No.
No, it's in my notes. It's in my notes right here. He's just like me. I already called it days ago.
Prove it, bitch.
It's in my notes. I can tell you when this notes file was created.
You better fucking delete this recording right now. You better delete
He's
this
fucking me. He's me for real.
Forever,
No, fuck you, dude.
Until the end of time, I already got him. Pussy. Nope. I've been thinking. The second it lays out, the first frame of this show, I'm like, I'm getting him. He's mine.
Don't say it like that. He's not. He's me. He is me.
You. Oh, how many jokes have you made about blending women and drinking them?
I mean, a lot. I admit that you came up with that one, but I've had my own ideas. Maybe they're just so twisted I can't say them out loud, dude. Maybe how about that?
Yeah, like a likely story, huh? Likely story.
He doesn't
Oh,
tell him to
well.
anyone. He's all internal monologue. Okay, he's not like
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
telling other people. He's not telling his friends stories about bleeding women. He's
You
thinking them
sure,
to himself,
you
like me.
you sure talk a lot for a guy who is thinking about things.
I'm on a podcast. We're both talking equally. That cancels out.
Well, look, I'm gonna go back, and if anyone wants to check the tape, you'll notice that I claimed him first. So, bitch.
I was thinking it before before you said it.
Yeah. Prove it. Tell it to the judge.
I'm gonna edge myself a little bit sooner in the audio when I edit. I'm gonna edit the
You're not,
podcast
bitch.
audio.
I see the podcast feed. It's not happening. Oh, fuck me. All right, go on.
Our main character, he is absolutely twisted, folks. Oh my god, how could he be more twisted? He's just like me for real. For real, I've written. He eats in the library, or no? Oh yeah, he has a girl that he. Okay, so
You had to be there.
What's huh?
You had to be there. I'm sorry. It's just this whole show is really something.
I mean, you start out thinking it's something, but then it turns out that it's nothing, right? Like,
Yeah, you would think it's nothing because you're not him.
Okay. Well, fine, I'm a poser, whatever. But I think what happened with this show is that they wrote an extremely by the numbers and generic romance, realized it wasn't spicy enough, didn't have a hook, so they introduced a character element that the main character wants to kill people, and then they didn't change any of the other material. It seems like it was changed, post hoc. Because it's like the first scene, he's thinking about how he wants to kill people, and there's one girl he wants to kill, and her name is something, I don't remember. But then for the rest of the show, he just has a crush on her and acts as such. So, really not followed through on there.
No, it's an insane concept to do something.
It's
like
a good
this.
concept.
So,
you could do something real neat with this.
You can. There are very few people that can do it, and none of those people are involved in this.
It's a premise that they slapped onto a very standard gag comedy.
I mean, because the guy, he has like a razor blade that's like I'm going to kill people razor blade. It's like a box cutter. It's like, it's not like he's just like a misanthrope. Like, this guy wants to kill people and play with their blood, and it's just discarded. Like, the second that any girl shows interest in him, which, take note, women. Take note of this. This should be a lesson to all of you out there. Really, this is us from fucking gang stalking, sending a message to all of you that take note. If you don't want to be cut up with a box cutter, maybe you should just be fucking nicer to the weird guy.
Why don't you be nice to us? Why don't you just?
I'm a nice guy.
Eat cute.
Yeah. Why don't you eat cute in the library?
Yeah. Why don't you do that? There's an interesting there could have been an interesting, like, kind of dark, like a dark coming of age where, like, he has this sort of, it's this, like, could be the story of him, like, having this edgy phase, and of him, like, basically growing out of it, or not even growing out of it, but just like realizing what the feelings he's having actually are, because you could do a complicated analysis of this, because there is some deep stuff going on here, because I feel like, speaking very honestly, I feel like he has some line he has this very dark line where he says something about wanting to see her face writhing in agony. And I feel like if you really search deep down inside and you're really like honest with yourself, that part of your, like you think about that, the part of your brain that imagines that, it's not too far away from the part where you imagine fucking someone. That's like...
Oh, well, that's the whole concept of hate fucking.
No, it's not hate fucking. No, that's not what hate fucking.
No. It's those two things synergize in a beautiful way. Where you're like I loathe this person and I want them to feel nothing but extreme displeasure, but at the same time you want to come really hard. And I
don't think it's even that. No, because he doesn't even dislike her. I just think like literally wanting to torture someone is actually not like super far off like it's not the complete opposite side of your brain than just wanting to have like normal sex.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that I'm laying that pipe on a girl, it's fucking basically torturing him, so.
All right, successful analysis of the... the other most important part of this show is that we got a fucking architect on our hands. Holy shit. A major architect. There's the every romance show now has to have like a sub-romance, a second couple that we cut to occasionally, and this one it's a kid who really likes fat chicks. And guess what? There's a fat chick also. So there you go.
I mean, good for that guy. And the fat, I mean, he's really willing to go to bat for it too. And I'm I'm not a person who's like opposed to perhaps pounding out a porkier sort of.
We just got a message in the chat. What the fuck is this? Just as you said that. That was the most perfect timing.
Okay. Well.
No, tell me more about how you want to fuck huge broads.
Well, any hole's a goal. And
no, he's not looking for any hole. He specifically wants.
No, I'm just saying. I'm enamored with his sort of his philosophy.
Yeah, he has an appreciable. He's not trying to be a nice person. He really just has a thing.
No, he's a full-on fetishist in
like
high school.
Yeah, nothing made him like this. He just has this thing that he has.
Yeah, he's into big ladies, and he's not only not ashamed of it. He's willing to really
he's trying to keep them from becoming healthier.
He has a fully formed worldview. Like he's really like from the ground up about this, and like I don't have the time to construct an argument against him.
Well, if you just like if you don't get that from anywhere and you just like synthesize that in your own brain, you just like want that, you're gonna spend a lot of time thinking about why the fuck that is, because you're gonna be pretty confused for a while. So you're gonna develop a whole fucking like philosophy.
His worldview is airtight. Period. Like there's just no.
He definitely has an argument prepared for every possible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth my time. Like I can't get through that. Like he's got so many layers, and I'd have to really like sit. He's the Ben Shapiro of fat chicks, where it's like he's gonna talk so fast that I'm just gonna not even be able to. I'm like, logically speaking, if there's more cushion for the push-in, and it's like I'm like, okay, I can't.
We got to do an AI edit of that Ben Shapiro talking about railing fat chicks for 10 minutes.
I'll just take the dialogue that he has, and I'll convert it into Ben Shapiro's voice. Yeah. It's I don't know what else we got here.
Gag comedy. I feel like there was just a show with a girl like that. There's comedy formula of like observing a pretty girl who acts geeky when no one is watching, and he's like narrating. Yes. I feel like I don't know where I saw that recently, but that's been done. It's whatever.
I like that she's tall.
Yeah. Well, she's like a model. Yeah, she's very.
Yeah, I like that she's tall. Yeah, that's good.
Does he jerk off to that magazine of her? He said something about
That's
using
that's the implication is that he
okay.
jerked off to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which you gotta. What are you gonna not jerk off the magazine? Like,
oh yeah, no. There's a picture of a girl in your school anywhere.
yeah, the fact
fucking obituary. I mean, like there's nothing. He's like 14. Give him a break.
A missing persons report. It's like.
Yeah, he's gonna jerk off out of the milk carton and like put it right back in the fridge.
Oh, I didn't know that she was 5'4".
Jerking off to what she would look like today. It's the extrapolated image based on when she was 5.
My headphones up because of that.
Oh, fuck, that's so funny. Beating off to the what they might look like.
It's the funniest thing you've said in 5 years. I'm stealing that shit. I'm gonna go. I think I can use that. I might be able to use that to get onto Rogan.
You can have that one.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll test that one out. I'll go to Rogan's new club, and I think I could probably get in there.
Go to an open mic and do just that. No warm up. Yeah. Just do a joke about it.
Why would I?
To the missing kid. Yeah. Drop the mic.
It's like technically at the time she was illegal, but if you look at the well, yeah, it's good stuff.
Jeez.
There's a girl that I went to high school with who was abducted. Yeah. There's an angle that's very funny. Yeah, I think we got the full spirit of that last show in that joke. That's very good.
Just like when they went missing and they were like an infant, so like the what they might look like is just a huge grown up baby, like alien thing. Okay.
God damn, that's good. Wow.
We came up with something more twisted than the show about a guy who wants to murder people in like
that was the
2
whole
minutes.
point, right? Yeah, that's good.
Next up.
I can't go to Walmart anymore because they got that billboard in the front. Walk around Walmart with a stiffy because have you seen this person?
Yeah.
God damn.
Jijou wa Shiranai Tenkousei wa. I actually didn't even think about how to pronounce this word. Guigui? Guigi? Fuck me, I don't know. Gui. Getting all up in that gui. My clueless first friend, manga studio signposts who have done in the past a bunch of crap. This is like if you made a whole show about the fucked up face kids in that other show. Everyone's very shiny. Everything's white and kind of blown out looking, and everyone's face is weird. And it's another gag comedy.
Sorry, I'm looking through Studio's signpost output up until this point, and you are literally the best thing that they've ever made is probably Saba Gebu.
Wait. Oh, was that them?
That's probably the best thing that they've ever made. Is
that's definitely the best thing they've ever made because Saba Gebu is great.
There's nothing else that's even close.
Yeah, like I didn't even bother like writing anything down because it's like Kingdom season 3 for Beelzebub.
How about Dynamic Chord?
Like, where the fuck is where's Saba Gebu?
They made the show that is they made this show that is Nobunaba is a dog. It's like that's the kind of shit they made.
Yeah, that one. They didn't do Saba Gebu.
I'm seeing here under their.
Oh really?
Saba Gebu OVA.
Saba Gebu was Pierrot. They must not have produced it. They must have just done second, or
Must have been involved in some capacity.
They were involved in some capacity, but no, they didn't produce that.
Well, there you go. The best thing they ever done is the show where Nobunaba is a dog.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Beelzebub is good. Fucking, I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyways, yeah, this is like a puppy love gag comedy once again. The one joke, because the puppy love gag comedies always have one joke. Not a bad thing. Sometimes it can be one good joke. This show's one joke is that she is bullied for being, I guess, grim or
She's
dark,
scary.
or yes, she's scary, so everyone calls her the Grim Reaper or something and says she's cursed. And the joke is that the boy thinks it's cool, and so he wants to be friends with her, and she is embarrassed and shy about this. So yep.
Why? What's going on in Japan with this bullying?
Nice, but I mean, they're very nice, so they're much more worried about bullying than I think it actually happens.
I mean, I think about all the bullying that ever occurred in front of me, and it's like I could on both hands I can count it. It's like in this Japanese world, bullying's happening every single fucking day, all the time.
Yeah, well,
Which
I mean, just
maybe that's the
imagine,
case.
like even here, everybody thinks that there's just like everyone thinks they were bullied. Everyone thinks that bullying, like ask someone who went to our school how much bullying they saw, and they will basically describe they'll tell you a story like they went to fucking Buchenwald, you know. Like everyone just lives like in that story in their own head. So Japan probably also has that, but also they're just like they're nicer, so they probably are more worried about.
They're basket case is what it is, but like we did just do an episode recently where we just rattled off like a series of 10 stories from being in, but that's all the ones that we had. Like, stories from in high school or junior high where shit was going off,
I don't remember that,
fought.
but
I wish I had fought more. That would have been cool. Could you imagine? Because it's like right now, like what am I known for from being in high school? Not really much. But if I was like the kid who got into fights all the time, like I didn't even have to win them really.
I don't know what you would have gotten out of that, but it would have been something. Hey, I have a new video from my trail cam, everybody. All right, who wants to guess what's on the trail cam?
Put it up there.
I don't have the video. I just have the preview because it's a cell. I have to pay money to get it on my phone.
Oh my god.
All right, what is it? Looks like this preview is really bad. I believe it's a bunny rabbit. It's very far in the background.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a bunny.
I've been seeing the bunnies around. Yeah, I really don't want to shoot an animal, but I really want to shoot a moving target, and I wish there was some way to shoot things without hurting them.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a rough one.
That's the ultimate dilemma of man, is that you have empathy for animals, but at the same time you need to kill.
Yeah, I mean, I see the red squirrels dangling off of my bird feeders. I'm like, oh,
they're too cute.
They are cute. Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? You gonna kill a squirrel? It's like oh.
Yeah, I'm just like I can't use this squirrel for anything. But God, I want to just point the red dot at it and just see if I could do it. I don't want to hurt it. I just want to know if I could.
Yeah, it's the ultimate dilemma. It's really the problem is that like men are supposed to kill things all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody's beating around the bush here, where it's like, how are we supposed to fix all these problems? Well, the problem is that men aren't committing murder. It's like it's in our DNA somewhere. I don't have any sort of like evidence to back this up, or any sort of like. I don't have any sort of science for this. It just feels that way.
It's my evidence is that I want to. So.
It's just my lived experience. That's all.
True.
So
very true.
Please acknowledge my lived experience.
Yeah, the show would be cute, but it's ugly. So
it's fine.
Bucket.
It's very bright. It's like way too washed out.
Yeah, and it looks like Caillou.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched My Home Hero, and I immediately changed your watch list to demand that you watch it, which you did. So and thank you. Actually,
Gotcha,
you're welcome. Is what I meant to say. Actually, I've changed my mind, and you're welcome. My Home Hero, a manga, Tezuka production, music by Mr. Kenji Kawai. Oh wow, Ghost in the Shell.
Icon.
Yes. This is, we've already passed one or two shows, but they weren't enough for me to plead my case. This is the show that really cemented the theme, I think, of this season, which instead of gender shenanigans, like last season, is the Japanese Dhar Man video. You know Dhar Man?
No.
Dhar Man is an Indian guy, like a businessman, who produces scripted, acted YouTube videos that are like very low budget, low production value, like morality stories written at like a first grade level for third worlders. So it'll be a video that's like the title will be like,
I've got it in front of me.
Cashier is racist towards customer, and it'll be like a 15-minute scripted, like bad, just Craigslist actors. I mean, above Craigslist actors, just like the most baseline video you could make. That's just like clickbait title, and then it's just like, it's like a
I've got him here. Kids make fun of boy with autism.
It's like right around the production value and like writing level of like like a workplace a video you have to watch for work, and like point out who was being disrespectful or whatever. And it's just for I think Sam Hyde said the same thing. He mentioned it, but there's no other way to like say this. It's just for like people who don't speak English as a first language, like Indian guys or whoever from third world countries, to watch and go like, oh, he should not have done that. That was very bad, And it's like, it really is, I can't fault Dhar Man. That is the future of all entertainment. It's just going to like all devolve into that. But it's just like all this very like super black and white, like no artistry to it. Just like guy does bad thing and then gets his like comeuppance, or someone learns a lesson, whatever. It's like that. Bullying.
I'm looking through this is crazy. How did you find out about this?
Oh, he's very popular. The streamers play a game called Dhar Man Bingo, where they will watch Dhar Man videos and they will check off a bingo card where there's always let me see, where's the Dhar Man Bingo? Dhar Man Bingo V2.
This
so
one is
there's the title will have the phrase instantly regrets it. A character who was secretly rich, a time skip, bad green screening, a cartoon supervillain, a character who's just completely unbelievable. How would you feel if that happened to you? The line spoken. A confrontation in a parking lot, an extreme coincidence, kids with iPads, a flashback, inappropriate music, a random celebrity appearance, names that are too on the nose, for example, rich, or a clearly in the wrong person who has an attitude. And they're all filmed in like, rented office spaces. So it's like that.
This is insane.
I can't believe you didn't know about this.
I've never seen any of this.
I just thought you didn't knew about this kind of content. Yeah. It's like those like weird Elsa videos, but for like adults. You know, like the weird
Oh my
cartoon, like
God.
dentist videos.
It totally is. This is
It's just factory,
nutty.
like child's morality tales for people who have like absolutely nothing going on in their brains.
What is this? What is the purpose of this?
Views.
What? No. How did they get to this? No. How did the people get to here?
What does that mean?
How do the people watching these videos get to these videos?
They get
Like, how do
recommended
get
them
here?
because they YouTube knows they're dumb, so they get recommended them, and they're like, "Ooh, lady is racist to basketball players in court. What? Karen assaults man. You know."
Don't tell me these things. you do this
Dude.
thing where you'll tell me these things, and I don't want to hear them.
I'm fucking twisted. What did I tell you? He's mine. I'm me. He's me.
Why?
Who do you think you
This
are?
is
I
not
am.
real. This is
Dude, he's insane. Those are insanely successful.
I'm actively losing my mind right now.
If only you knew how bad things really were.
No, it's true. I actually don't.
Yeah, in 54. You don't know what this is.
This guy has 10 billion views collectively on all of his videos.
Yeah. There you go.
And his wife mistreats disabled husband. Mom won't feed son's best friend. It's
Yeah.
every single thumbnail is
Yeah.
identical,
Yep.
and it's all
Mm-hmm. That's right.
how does this? No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
I don't
friends.
believe you. It's
No,
impossible.
That's
not
not
true.
true.
That's Luke. I feel like Luke channeled everybody in that moment. I think everybody's had that. That's
he
not
was
true,
he was
that's
having a
impossible.
premonition of Darman.
Christ Almighty, this is fucked. You can talk about some other bullshit, but I'm gonna be looking through these thumbnails.
Pretty
Keep
girl
going on.
uses nerd to go shopping. Let's look at the latest Darman offering. Let's just listen to it so I don't
Now what
get
do you
in
think
trouble.
of these?
Are they hot or are they hot?
Yes. I think I'm gonna wear them to that new club tonight.
Made sure to get an ugly girl so
they're
no
so
one's
cute.
upset.
But you do know they're red bottoms, right?
They don't fit her.
Yeah,
at all.
those are like $1,000 shoes. There's no way you're going to be able to afford them.
She can't
Unless
afford
you
the
hit the
shoes. What
lotto
is
or
she gonna
something and
do?
didn't tell us.
Actually, I did because
Hey, babe.
Oh, it's an actor guy who's dressed like a nerd, which means he has a sweater
who you're
and big
dating?
glasses.
Newton Winward? Please tell
His
me
name's
you're
Newton.
joking.
I know what
Literal name, remember? His name's Newton. He's a nerd. So she's using him for money because he's a nerd or something. And this video goes on for 14 minutes and 19 seconds.
But I don't understand.
I skipped ahead a little bit.
Looks like she lied to you, man.
He
something-
looks like he looks like who's the guy who's the actor in like in the Spider-Man the Question of the Day guy
Oh, good, Dane DeHaan.
he looks like Dane DeHaan.
People just never change.
What do you mean?
What, you haven't heard the rumors? Well, I got some stories about Jenny if you want to know.
Fade to club scene. All right, well, you can watch that one on your own time. Yeah, man. That's gonna be all.
Why the fuck did
It's
you
gonna
do
be
this?
all media, and like your kids are gonna love shit like that. They're gonna try and show you it.
And they're gonna try to educate me. They're gonna be like, this
They're
is
just gonna
really
be. They're just
something
gonna
that-
when you were like, this is like bad. They're just gonna get like mad at you. They're not gonna listen to what you have to say about it.
It's always been that way. It's that way. It's been that way since Little House on the Prairie. It's like this is the episode where a monkey comes to town, and they
Can't call him that anymore.
a monkey comes to town and they want to keep the monkey. And
I don't think
they have to
Little
kill- they
House
have
on
to
the
kill
Prairie got that
monkey.
crazy.
There's a there, I've this is theft. I have to apologize. I'm stealing Little House on the Prairie content right now from somebody else. But yes, the Little House on the Prairie apparently does get that crazy.
Oh wow.
But anyway, thanks for ruining my night. Fucking, we got like 4 shows left to get.
Yeah, that's just gonna be lingering. Yeah, once you know about Darman, you're like, oh my god, the thoughts get very dark.
I just watched Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood, which is an adaptation of Macbeth, and it was pretty fucking good. And I watched Pulse by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, which is an unrelated filmmaker. You should watch Pulse. That movie's pretty fucking sick.
What were the last movies Steven and I watched?
Oh yeah, when was the last time you guys hung out?
I feel like we've hung out since the last cast.
I should have asked. It's on me, really.
It was a few weeks ago. I'd forgotten about it. Let's see if anything shows up in my movies list. Oh, we watched the Nick Cage movie. We watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
How was that?
It was fine.
It's fine.
It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you seen the Scorsese film After Hours?
No.
That's a weird one. That was pretty good too.
What's the deal with that?
It's a black comedy, like a straight black comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's no, well, there's like one actual joke basically, but like it's playing it totally straight. And it's a sort of it's a guy trying to get home but things keep going wrong premise, like a sitcom episode, like everything just keeps getting fucked up and he has to get the thing to help the guy so that he'll give him back the thing so that he can get the thing to go back home, and everything just keeps piling up, and you think it's going to be sort of a Woody Allen sort of, he's like this nebbish guy, but then it's just like it gets like really weird and fucked up, and it's and there's like these weird things that seem like foreshadowing to keep popping up. Yeah, I don't know, it was good.
Nice one, Scorsese from 1985.
Yeah,
it really do just be only. He's been hitting dingers his entire career.
Yeah, last time I watched a lesser known Scorsese was when we watched The Color of Money, which was kind of pretty disappointing.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about so much more anime, and I have to take a piss. God damn it! Start talking about My Home Hero, and I'll join you when I come back.
Okay, go for it. As we mentioned, the music for My Home Hero was done by Mr. Kenji Kawai. I mentioned Ghost in the Shell. He's got crazy, like almost orange hair. He did like music for Pat Labor. What else? Ghost in the Shell 2. That makes sense. Why doesn't it list any of the good? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh, he did in the East. Fate's Day, Unlimited Blade Works, the film. I don't think that's the good film. The manga cover for My Home Hero is of a man who just looks very, very sad. And my first note here is car crash. And I feel like I should remember who is getting into the car crash. But actually, with all that happens in this fucking show, man, I actually can't remember who's crashing and whose car it is. But really the first scene is of a dad meeting up with his daughter. And for some reason he sounds crazy already. And she is. I don't even know why she bothered to show up because she's obviously been beat to fuck. It just like shows up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna show up.
Like,
to meet
why-
my father wearing a complete disguise. Like, really?
Yeah, I thought I missed the line about her being famous or something. I was like, oh, she's like an idol. But no, she's just been like not even like subtly beaten up like Shiner. She's just been like destroyed.
Absolutely worked over.
This is just the
It's
beginning.
Like you can't just say to
Of
your
the
dad, like,
Dar
"Oh,
Man.
sorry, dad, I can't make it." Like
She's
no,
like
I'm gonna-
like I fell, and you've got like razor blade,
Yeah.
like slices
You
all over
have-
your.
You have a fucking gushing bullet wound. and
You have a
you're trying to
cattle
fuck-
brand of like
Yeah.
you have a
on your face.
you have a my bitch cattle brand on your fucking forehead.
Yeah.
Who gets in a car crash? My first note is car crash. I don't remember who's crashing their car in the first scene of this.
The show opens with one, and we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Oh.
It's a
Okay.
we're not sure yet.
So then our completely oblivious protagonist, whose daughter has clearly just been beaten up by her boyfriend,
Jesus Christ, man.
goes to her apartment, and outside her apartment, he encounters a bunch of fellas who are screaming in the street about how awesome it is that this guy beats up his girlfriend. And they're also saying things like, "We are the bad guys. We love it that you beat up your girlfriend. Also, what is her name again?" And he's like, "Her name is Reika," or I don't know. Something.
Certainly that couldn't be my baby girl.
Yeah, and we're not joking. We're not joking. He is literally like, "Wait a second." It's a literal like the fucking world peace sketch where he's like, "What's going on, big guy?" This we're not even again, we're still not even at the peak of how ridiculous this ends up getting.
This is a character who is like obsessed with crime fiction too. Like he's like hyper attuned to be like dialed into what people.
Wait,
are saying.
he is? I don't remember that part.
That's when when she comes to meet him for lunch or dinner or whatever the meal is. He's reading a book and reading reviews on the book, and he's like talks about being like a crime fiction guy. He's like,
"Oh my god,
I mean, I'm into this shit, so I'm always listening to what people say." And he's like, "Hey, that would be an extreme coincidence if my daughter was the girlfriend of this Yakuza member, and she also happened to just have had her ass beaten recently, obviously." Even though I just called that out in the middle of a fucking family restaurant and fell down in the aisle.
I hope he ate that sirloin.
It looked fucking delicious. Holy
God, did he
shit.
just bring it to you sizzling with a
plate of
single
food with a nice
broccoli?
on there. Oh, buddy.
So this group of thugs announce to the entire world and also him that they are beating up his daughter, and he is just sort of this gets like one of his eyebrows cocked. He's like, I think there might be something going on here. And then, in case you didn't fucking get that, watcher of the show, how about a flashback to the only other scene that has happened in the show where she said that she fell? And then it cuts back to another flashback of the line that you just heard before that flashback. Oh my, this is what I went instant 0. 0 out of 10. Literal a 0.
Oh yeah.
I'm
This
so
is
mad.
good shit.
I'm very mad, but it's
We got to his wife yet?
inexcusable. No, of course not. Not even close. I was in awe watching this shit. Like, oh my fucking god, you need to remind me that his daughter, the only other character we know about, is the one getting beaten up. And then he's getting beaten up. And honestly, good. I'm happy that it's happening to him.
He
And
gets
then
his ass whooped.
whooped real bad, and then they toss him into a pile of trash,
no,
and then they take.
soloed. He gets soloed by one guy.
Oh, it was just
one
him.
One guy beats him up and takes all of his clothes off in an alleyway. You couldn't to be sympathetic. You get all of your clothes stripped off of you, and then a photo taken of you. Like, oh.
And that's supposed to be blackmail, I guess, of you like lying naked in a pile of
Yeah.
trash. Why? You could be like, yeah, a crazy guy beat me up. because I was trying to figure out what happened to my daughter.
Look. Maybe you get my shirt off. Extremely unlikely you get my pants. No way you're getting my drawers. I'm out that bitch. I'm fucking tearing ass away so fast you wouldn't even believe. You're not getting me fully buck ass naked and like look, beyond that, if you get me stripped completely naked, maybe I'm standing completely still covering my nethers. You're not throwing me into a garbage pile. Get the fuck out of here. This is the most.
I'm dying with my drawers, baby. Oh, I'm getting notifications.
I'm a never nude. I'm fucking full on fucking.
Oh, not you. I was talking to my computer.
No, I understand. I was stopping out of solidarity.
I was stopping because this episode's Scumbag Steve car of the day.
No
well, not
way,
technically. Well, not strictly a muscle car. The 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. It's Coupe de Ville. Reaches levels of American. Not impossible. It's the Senator Armstrong of cars. I do like the sound of that. I like the look of it. Yeah, it's ostentatious. I love it.
I like the car and I like Sonic, which is what Senator Armstrong would want me to do is like Sonic.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Does he say something about Sonic in the game?
A meme. It's like a whole meme.
Oh, okay. I can see why
it's the kid who's yelling like Sonic, and then they smash it together. Where they've got this kid who's like a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, talking about how your actions will have consequences.
Oh, you freaking freaks! Oh, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, right, of course.
Man, I wish I had a third of his tenacity. To be so dedicated to anything at this point in my life where I'm willing to punch my bed.
Yeah.
to scream in that register. This is like a Batmobile. I fuck with this car heavy. This is like Red Line. It's like the Batmobile. It's like this is like the proto muscle car, really. This thing's cool.
Yeah, this is
Thanks, Scumbag Steve.
Yeah, it looks like a station wagon, but you just elevated it to like Kino trash. Like just it's gaudy and absurd, and yeah, it just looks like a bat.
It's
supposed to be like that.
Scumbag Steve doing a callback joke to me joking about jerking off onto a wedding dress.
I don't even remember that one.
That's a joke about me busting into a bridal suite with. You don't remember this at all?
No.
The joke. It's me.
I know you've seen Bride's Nude, but
no, the joke is said about me running in with a mask over my head with a hard cock, and then I run in and come on the dress and then run out. And then
I love it seems like everyone who works a job involving like dealing with people just has the most antisocial and like insane psychopathic thoughts about the people they involved. Like the way Nick Rochefort talks about like the people he sells cars to, is just like graphically describing how he would like assault and murder them with like a wrench.
Well, but it's like, what do they do? It's like
they can't do anything.
It's like what do you do when you come? It's like, what are you gonna keep? You're gonna have the wedding? Are you gonna tell your groom? It's like, what is the course of action?
Yeah, we must have made all these points, but yes, the stakes are too high. Like nothing that happens can stop you.
No. It's all women in that room.
Yeah,
and even the strongest among them is only 5'8". That nut is going onto that dress. Thank you, Scumbag Steve, for bringing that up. I appreciate you, baby. But anyway, back to my own hero.
A classic. Yeah, we can't lose the thread on this because this is just, it's just too insane. What the fuck was happening in this show? So he gets beat up. And speaking of backgrounds, this show's backgrounds not good. In case you were wondering.
No.
There's a really funny. Wait, who's playing the piano? What's happens with the piano?
His daughter's playing the piano as a gift to him for his birthday.
Oh,
then she's also selling him a CD copy of it.
We need to lay it on really thick, and memories of her as an innocent little girl playing the piano. And at this point, I was baffled. He still does not understand what's going on, and he goes, "Maybe I'm overthinking it." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. You're overthinking this. You really should just leave." He's in her apartment, and her boyfriend's on the phone like, "Yeah, I hate her and I beat her up, and also I'm using her for money. Also, did I mention her name is Reiko? Did I mention that?
He's gotten himself.
Oh, I forgot to mention I'm also going to kill her soon. Did you get that? Is this thing on? Hello?
I'm supposed to talk into this flower on your jacket. I have to talk into your lapel here.
I'm gonna kill her with murder her right now. Actually, you know what? I decided I'm gonna do it right now. Again, we're not exaggerating.
I'm gonna sit here in this chair, and then the moment she walks through the door, done.
Yeah, he decides. You know what? I'm just gonna kill her right now. Next time I see her. And obviously, the dad's reaction is to be like, "This guy seems like bad news. Oh, jeez.
He's a real rotten egg. this guy.
Use a single brain cell, nigga, please. How did you get..." And then he calls him. The dad calls the boyfriend on his phone. How did he get his number? He didn't know he existed.
It's her phone. It's her phone.
How did he get her phone?
It's a pink phone. No, there's no... Don't ask me.
It's like
why are you asking me?
I thought maybe I might have missed something. I don't.
No, that's I'm sorry. I'm not trying to dog you right now. Sometimes when you're watching these shows, you're completely lost. There are times where I'm lost at sea watching these anime where I'm like, God, I hope Declan understands the goddamn thing that's going on here.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I'm like, no, Ethan, nobody killed themselves nobody hanged themselves in this first episode. That's a legendary one. I always jump at the chance to bring that one up, but we watched a normal idol show that was just like a dramedy, and you thought someone had necked themselves.
Swear to God that happened.
You got the fucking early cut. You got the dark.
It was a flashback to where his childhood friend had fucking offed.
You got the Squidward suicide version of anime, of idol anime. Happy D says, "I was disappointed and ready to drop until they taught me how to make a delicious bathtub crockpot." I assume that doesn't happen in the first episode because he's raw.
Happen in the first episode. No, because
they don't cook them. Do they cook?
It's actually heavily implied that. It's heavily implied that they're going to engage in cannibalism.
Get some lie.
Yeah, the thing is that you're actually not twisted enough to be the little boy from that other show, because I was actually able to see the recipe, and so I'm him.
Well, I'm actually making lie using the wood ash in my basement right now. What do you think about that? I'm not going to kill anyone with it, but I could.
You're certainly making a lie every single time you talk, because none of that shit's happening right now. You fucking lying ass bitch. This episode sucks.
We complained about crime in New York for like an hour, and now we're like, this show's bad.
When I say this episode sucks, I'm saying this is the best. I'm having such a good time right now. Wait, you watch Kizuna Ai?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh, I said on the notes that I wasn't gonna watch it. God damn it. Okay.
I mean, it's it's fine.
Okay.
So, he's hiding in the closet. Her boyfriend's is gonna murder her. He somehow he ends up killing him. We get a scene
he beats him over the head with a rice cooker.
Yes.
Which of all the blunt instruments, it's the bluntest of all.
It's spherical. Then his wife shows up. I guess she was also visiting that day. And she's immediately into this. She's like on board.
Maybe
Full
the most perfect psychopath I've ever seen in a piece of media.
She's like, ooh, neat. Oh, he did something wrong? Oh, he hurt our daughter. Oh, I thought, okay.
even in the flashback, it's like she's like, oh, it's funny that our daughter is charging my husband to get a recording of the song that she's performing for his birthday. Like she's
that is kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know.
No, but it's the soft sort of wistful smile that really just like she's.
You think
the most
she's the
fucked
last
up of all.
boss?
She's the most. I hope so. That'd be.
You think at some point she turns on him and just wants to kill for fun, and then he has to like.
Don't do this to me.
I don't know.
Don't make up way more interesting shows.
That's not that crazy of a twist. I mean, they're giving her weird camera angles and expressions. You know, that could happen. She could have a weird.
They're not. No, they're fucking up what are supposed to be normal camera angles and expressions.
Yeah,
She's supposed to be perfectly supportive, and they're just not doing it right. I'm happy to eat crow here.
Are we both hallucinating that she's like seems weird?
Oh,
then?
she's fucked up. She's fucked up.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know what all the stuff you just said was. The rice cooker is the modern day katana. Happy day. So yeah, he kills the guy. For some reason, we get those two scenes out of order, where like he's killed the guy, and then we go back to him killing him. I don't know why we had to do that part, not chronologically, but then wife's in trouble, but then he's about to get the other guy, I think. Or oh no, he already got him. That's why I was confused. Okay.
I just looked on the Wikipedia page here because you don't have no intention of watching this shit, right?
I hope nobody does. I don't know. Spoilers though.
This is on the Wikipedia page. We have the wife is Tetsuo's 41-year-old wife and accomplice. Her father is the head of a rural cult that is the focus of the second story arc of the manga.
Second story.
So
okay. Yeah.
it seems likely to me that.
I wonder if she's on his side. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not an expert. I don't want to pretend I'm an expert, but I am confident in saying there is no way the Yakuza are like this. They're just like regular businessmen who just do illegal stuff. They're not like, oh, the guy who wanted to kill his girlfriend got killed. Well, we gotta fucking mobilize everyone. APB on this dad who rescued his daughter. Because we gotta sell more fucking uncensored pornography. So we got to help out our dude who kills his girlfriends. We have to help out our serial killer grunt.
Yeah.
So that we can sell like
around.
synthetic weed or whatever the fuck that, you know, we can do like tax evasion.
Yeah, we're really gonna stick our necks out for this complete lunatic.
Even fucking MS-13, if one of their guys like goes bonkers, they'll be like, "Sorry, we're get rid of him." No, he's weird, or at least like the cartels will be like, "No, he fucked up." You can
it's like you've really compromised our ability to lay low. You know, like
just yes, even if you don't think it's from a place of like just basic decency, it's not worth it from any perspective. The wife takes this whole situation very well.
A pretty young Japanese girl, like you
just
think
like
a pretty young Japanese girl is gonna get murdered by her boyfriend, and that's not gonna be like fucking front page news all over the goddamn country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she would go missing, but that would still be bad. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, she was dating this Yakuza affiliated guy.
They don't even know. It's just a guy in a Hawaiian shirt. It'd be like, oh,
this guy's trouble.
Blonde guy in a Hawaiian shirt.
I appreciate you. Thank you for making me watch this one. This paid dividends. This show rocks.
Dude, what if you could get revenge on a bad guy, but also you were the dumbest man on the planet? It's like not satisfying as revenge, as like exploitation. Like, yeah, it's bad. So bad.
Dopey motherfucker sits in a closet. You won't believe what happens next. Did I talk about watching the 5th Transformers movie?
No, I haven't heard about the fifth yet. You're talking about the third and fourth.
It for next time.
Yeah, it might be.
I'll save it for next time.
Too much stimulation.
We're fucking midnight, so we gotta keep going here.
Yeah, well, you are. Yeah, this show's absurd. All right, next up, is this our first isekai so far? Might be. Tensei Kizoku no Isekai Boukenroku. Jichou wo Shiranai Kamigami no Shito. Chronicles of an aristocrat reborn in another world. The second show, I'll note, in I think 2 seasons, to have the words isekai and aristocrat and reborn in the title. I think the last show was about was he already an aristocrat? I don't remember. This is a light novel, EMT squared, and also Magic Bus. Our boy, of course, is visiting the best convenience store. Convenience store Delicious is the name of the combini.
Why would you go anywhere else?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is filled with. Well, it's a double-edged sword because it is filled with both cute girls in yukata and also knife-wielding crazy men.
That was my experience in Japan. Pretty much everywhere we went, it was a combination of the two. It was really like a life or death scenario. Pretty much everywhere we went, it was.
Yeah, you're trying not to get isekai'd, and you're also trying not to get charged with statutory.
The best that we were able to do was that we got cursed by a spider god.
That was bad.
That was.
I told Steven that story, and I think I've told him that story, but I think he just forgot it. And I was telling him that story, and we were on mushrooms, and he began to get legitimately scared and told me to stop telling it.
Oh, it's true. It's not even just the story's true. It's had ramifications on my life since then.
You're starting to respect the spider god?
You know, what am I supposed to do? I'm in his mercy.
Yeah. Even Mage is here tonight. I think the Assassin's Reincarnation had a risk.
Gang's all here, baby. It's because we used enough podcast juice to summon them all.
Used it all up. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. That's probably the one I'm thinking of. I hope. If there's more than 2, then I'm truly gonna lose it. 2021? No, it wasn't that far. It wasn't that long ago. I think there was an even more recent one with aristocrat. Oh God, it's getting it's all so tiresome. But this one, he gets stabbed. He gets stabbed. These girls, oh God, I've killed them.
It's quite tiresome.
Yeah, these girls are some of the character design's good. A lot of these girls are cute. Wait, did you watch this one?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, well, I will tell you about it then. He gets stabbed. In addition to a lot of again, I said the theme is Dar Man. There's a lot of, and I know there always is a lot of rescuing from bullies and rape gangs in anime, especially in first scenes. There's so many this season, and really, like, you get old enough, you see enough things, and true adulthood is realizing that, like, if you get stabbed and sacrifice yourself to save a teenage girl, she would be more creeped out by you than by the knife man. And that's not a joke. And I know that it sounds silly and it sounds like I'm being mean, but really it's the God's honest truth, and you just have to accept it, okay? You have to work within that.
Is that every woman under the age of 35 wants to be killed by a serial killer.
In an abstract sense, they want to be with a guy who could kill them at any second, but for some reason decides not to.
Yeah, like a Seto Kaiba type.
I don't know if Seto Kaiba is the perfect blueprint for that, but he's not threatening enough. But sure, something along those lines.
You've seen those jackets.
He does have cool jackets. Yeah. Our protagonist is dying, and he's saying stuff like, It looks like I made them cry. And this has all happened within like 1 minute of the show starting. And, wow, I keep losing my mouse. This Windows install. So then he gets isekai'd. He's now a cute little shonen by the name of Kain. We just watched a show with a guy named Kain.
We fucking sure did.
Valve
Jesus
rave.
Christ, what the fuck?
I think it's just how they pronounce Cain.
Cain.
Is it biblical? I don't know. But he's Kain now. He's a rich, cute little boy. He's taken over, and more accurately, he's taken over the body of a little boy who I guess got a fever and died, which is kind of dark. So now he looks like this, and then the opening plays, and it's whimsical. There's a little clip. They do a silly little side run that I enjoy. I can't describe it, and also I don't have a clip at it. I don't have a clip of it. Sorry. Take my word for it. It looks funny. And but you know what I don't like in the opening is the way he snuggles up with these wolves or dogs. It's a little too. It crosses the eyes, the half-closed eyes.
Yeah,
it crosses the line.
Eyes.
It's too. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. It's not a cheerful like, my friends. It's like something's about to happen. I don't like it. No.
Yeah, I've been on the internet for too long. I know what that was.
They got the guy in the office to draw this cut, and they could just tell, like they knew.
Yeah, he's a pervert.
And he's like, I get to draw this. So
holy shit, you have to outsource something.
I get that the premise is what it is. When a show is like this and they just like give him an insanely hot mom and an insanely hot maid, I'm like, all right, they're making the best of what they got. I like the art style. The maid pulls down his pants. They offer him boob milk.
I should have just watched this thing. All
too
the
many
shit you've ever made me watch.
I didn't dump any really bad ones on you this time, did I?
She pulled the little boy's pants down. You can't at least throw me a bone here.
You can still watch it. I'm not fucking stopping you. It's still out. But yeah, she needs to check him for pee-pee. Because he's, I think he's 3. He's 3 years old. And also, one of the small, sort of silver linings, or one relieving thing when an isekai is like this is that he is, instead of just being like confused for the entire episode, he's just psyched about everything that's happening. He just loves all this. The maid is tending to him. He decides to learn magic. He gets lessons from his sister. Sister is a little bit older than him. Bit of a brocon, bit of a brother complex.
Yeah.
And then it comes time to get baptized. Is how they translate it. I don't really know what it means, but it's like a thing you do when you turn 5, I guess. And obviously he's special, so while he's getting baptized, he gets to meet all of the gods of this world, who are all a bunch of sort of mirthful folks who just sort of like him. And they all offer him, all their support, so he gets every power possible. He gets every power up. He gets every level maxed out.
That's a theme for this fucking season.
Of course, obviously.
But like...
Just this season, it's like every one of these,
Why... when they establish these characters, they don't have anything to live for in the previous world. Not a single.
Well, yeah, I mean in this one, because it's as a wish fulfillment thing. You don't want there to be like a regret of something you left behind. So you either, make them a fat piece of shit, or you just don't tell them anything. You don't tell the audience anything about them. So you don't have to worry about what's happening in the real world,
It's just like, it's always distressing to me. Like the whole.
What was this guy doing? His family.
The whole format sucks because for isekai. It's never worked on me because, like, if I were to go to another world, I would be in the other world and be like, damn, I hope that all of these people that I would literally never ever see again are okay.
Or if they were ever real, or if like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing I was thinking about
are
recently.
they in
Is
the
like
past or the future?
characters who get brought to another life and they have to like reconcile the fact that it's like, was my previous life even real? Like, was the day before this even real, or are my memories all fake? And these characters in these isekai are just so much better prepared for this than I ever would be. Like they're really all so ready to accept the fact that they've been sort of transported to a completely different plane of existence, and I don't have the gumption for that.
I always feel like I would adjust pretty quick and be like, oh, I get it.
Well, that's because you got the programming.
Maybe.
You got the isekai programming in you. Without this programming, which they're setting you up for, it's going to be coming any day now. Don't worry. But
I'm like a
they're
chameleon.
gonna.
I just blend in. Man.
And the thing is, unfortunately, you're not being sucked into like a cool world where you're a little baby and you get to suck tit.
Well,
You're
in
going
this
to
show
be
you
in a
are, but-
world where
yeah.
like no. I'm saying you personally. You
Oh yeah.
are not getting sucked into that world. Unfortunately, you're getting sucked into. You're actually going to be a background character.
You're getting sucked into a world where it's like that Grand Theft Auto mod where you take the friction and make it -9 and just everything just bounces fucking crazy and
Wait, hold
it's
on.
totally unpredictable.
Sounds pretty cool.
Well, I mean, if you're immortal, it's cool.
I think what's going to happen to you is that you're going to be like a test subject where like they're trying to bring people in from another dimension and they keep setting like the height that they fall from way too high. So you're going to be like, you're going to come in and be like, oh, I'm 25 feet off the ground, and then just go head first in and fucking cave your skull in. Which is like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news in this regard. Like, that's not like the position I want to be in where I have to tell you like you're going to die the second you hit the other world, but that's just the way it is.
I'm gonna be like just summoned into a magic world as like an organ donor that's just like a big like mass of flesh, but I can still somehow feel pain from all different of them, like eternally, even after the recipients have passed on. And I don't get reincarnated from that world. I just stay there forever.
You're going to be turned into a sex object. You're going to be one big asshole. One big sentient asshole. For the pleasure of some extremely large phallus gentleman. Be like,
yeah, I'm gonna be summoned for some weird like occult sex, like where it's like some form of pleasure that's like Lovecraftian and not even understandable to me. So it just feels like
you're gonna go to a Cronenberg movie.
It just feels like grief, but it never lessens forever.
Happy D has asked us a question here. He's asked if we have watched Kaminaki Sekai no Kami-sama Katsudo, and I can't say that I've seen it.
Is that? Oh, that's this season. We have not gotten to that one.
Yeah, no, it's coming up. It's coming up, Mr. Happy D.
That will be next episode. Yeah, that's two. That's actually 2 shows after the last one we did here.
Yeah.
So we just missed it.
Which it's good. You'll just tune in for the next 2 episodes, and I promise you, things get really, really good in the 3rd episode.
Oh, the third season preview is always so good.
Notoriously,
you really just get to watch
us
decompose. I like this girl.
She
looks like a jellyfish.
I mean, we're already so many hours into this one, and we barely talked about any of the shit. But anyway, this is what happens when we have to push back by like a week or 2. It's like
I am excited. Nice.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Happy D.
Take care, brother.
Mr. or Ms. Happy D.
This show, again, it's very basic. It's having a little bit of fun. It's better than I expected. Right. Oh, and also they do. It is funny that they inform him that if he had not rescued the girls and died in the real world, then the killer would have very fortuitously been thwarted at the last second, and he didn't need to do anything, so he died completely in vain. And also, even though he was killed because he accidentally fell out of the knife, the murderer was not charged with anything and walked free.
So we have discussed the fact that you're going to be sucked into another world and turn into basically a giant hole.
Yeah.
How are you dying in this world that is getting you sucked into another world?
I don't know. I've joked about the idea of me getting into a shootout with the authorities, but it turns out they're not actually conducting a search. They're just checking on me to see if I'm okay.
Like, hey, how you feeling, bud?
Like like my parents call them because I've just been like holed up, like shut in, and they're just doing like a like a wellness check, and I'm just like, you can't fucking free men don't ask, that shit.
Join or die, bitch.
It's not a completely wrong slogan to yell.
I like it. Live free or die, motherfucker. And appeal to God as you blast away.
Yeah, not even a statement. Not even a sentence. I like the character design in this. It's funny how, like, I don't know if they're supposed to be like reincarnations of the same two girls, but another two girls he also rescues in the end of this episode. He defeats a monster. And then he almost fucking dies again, but then doesn't. I don't know. Okay. Next up. What is next up?
Yeah.
Another one that you didn't watch. Tousouchuu Great Mission.
This guy's got some fucking specs on his head here, bro.
I didn't know what this was. It's animated by Toei. Apparently it is, quote, inspired by the Fuji TV game show Run for Money Tousouchuu, known as Run for the Money in English. Now, I haven't looked this up, but I guess you just sort of run from guys, and if you escape them, you get money. I don't know if this is in public. It can't be, because that would not be allowed to fly. So, I don't know if they make courses. It's funnier to speculate. I'm not going to look it up. Like, are they making, like, obstacle courses for them to run from guys in suits? Like the Matrix?
Look.
Is it a field? Is it the woods? Like,
people are getting paid to do this, and I do this every single day the moment I open my door, because there's a bunch of scary looking black cloaked gentlemen that are.
Oh, that's not where I thought that was going.
They're always observing me. So whenever I open my door, they're always watching me. They're always watching through my windows, so I have to put garbage bags over them. Mm-hmm. And I generally don't leave my place anymore. I just kind of subsist in here and open my door just long enough to retrieve my Domino's pizza delivery. But yeah, there are a bunch of like men in suits wearing dark sunglasses that are always observing me all the time. So
interesting, and that's why you have to.
Exactly.
The announcer says everything like that, which I love.
Here, you talk about this. I'm gonna go look at clips from the show.
What's that?
I'm gonna go look at the live action TV show and get information.
Okay, yeah. Report back to me with what the fuck's going on and Run for Money. Yeah, so there's these Matrix suit guys. It's just tag. And okay, so because you didn't watch this, I wanted to get your engagement, to test your skill. So it's a game show where you run for money.
Yes.
Our protagonist, what is his profession? What is he doing at the beginning of the show?
He's a parkour guy.
What kind of parkour guy?
Is he a package delivery guy?
You are right on the money, my friend.
Am I fucking for real?
100%. He is a parkour delivery boy.
No way.
I believed in you. I believed in you. You're absolutely right. No, for 100%.
No way.
100%. Of course he is.
Oh my god. I'm not joking up for this shit.
I think you've reached the perfect level. You're clairvoyant. Give me some lottery numbers.
Shit,
that's not luck. I mean, it's just I knew it would be so obvious. Yeah. So he's a parkour delivery boy, and his dream is to get into Run for Money. So, apparently, is it this show that rushed Digimon Ghost Game out of its time slot? Happy D. I could see the art style being a little similar. What is Digimon Ghost Game? Oh, you're also a delivery man. Do you do parkour?
I have to. I'd hope so.
Do you do a little parkour just like when no one's looking to pretend to be cool? Do you just like jump over a little fence?
No, it's actually way cooler if you do it when nobody's looking, because you're in it for the love of the game.
Yeah,
that's what's really
doing it
about
for
at the
real.
end of the day.
So if you win Run for Money, you get 900,000 moon dollars, which
good.
I would think is a lot. And on top of that, if that's not enough motivation, he also has as his, I think, friend or brother, there's a sick little boy who's going to die unless he gets money for some procedure. And the doctors can't help him.
It's the first arc of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like you gotta get the money to save your sister's eyesight.
Save Grandpa, or yes, that too. Whatever happens, yeah. So
they should cross this Run for the Money show over with Old Enough, which is a show where they have children do simple tasks. And it's like you have to do the simple tasks, but you're also being.
But every once in a while, a 6'4" guy in a suit just runs and just domes. It just like pushes the kid over like onto a sewer grate, just like. Whoa! Like from off screen, running like 30 miles an hour, just like shoulder check. A Japanese 4-year-old.
It's an 11-minute episode where after 9 minutes of this kid walking down the side.
Yeah, the kid's just walking around to glockenspiel, like cute little, and then just like.
She's about to get into the konbini to pick up some fish for the family to have dinner.
Swinging a little wicker basket.
Full-grown adult male just dive bombs her head first.
a fucking flying, kick. What's it called? When you do the
dive kick.
The dive kick.
Oh, Christ! Yeah. He just suplexes this cunt. This little fucking.
I should make an anti-Dar man where it's like the opposite, where it's just like cute little girl gets cute. Noble Giga Chad domes tiny cunt buying groceries.
Little girl goes to the convenience store. You won't believe what happens next.
Instantly regrets it.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not actually that funny, but I'm enjoying it.
I'm watching a trailer for Run for the Money, and it is exactly what you think it is.
Is it an obstacle course?
No, it's an open, kind of city environment that's closed off.
Oh, they closed it off. Okay.
Yeah, it's like an urban setting.
Okay, the type of place you would do some urban exploration or urban parkour.
Yeah, let's say if you had to do some parkouring, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, and then he, guess what? In this episode, he gets on the show. There's a girl character. She's dressed very colorfully, and I think there's a muscle man, weightlifter guy. They also get on the show. And in this, it's not a real city they're running through. It's a VR city, so they can do whatever they want. And at the end, there's a dinosaur for some reason. I think it's a hyped up. There's they're gonna start bringing in crazy shit. There's dinosaurs and stuff. So, all right, whatever. Next, did you watch? Yeah, Yamada-kun, level QQQ, I guess. No Koyo Suru. Loving Yamada at level 999.
Yes.
Manga. Madhouse. I think this is the Madhouse team that did Ore Monogatari or something. Maybe that's just because it's a romance. It's reminding me of that. A girl gets dumped. We got a shoujo on our hands, by the way. Ring the bell. Ring the fucking bi-yearly genuine shoujo, I think. I think this qualifies. I think there's no qualification, no stipulations here. I think this meets every definition of shoujo.
Did you watch the second episode?
No, this? No.
Okay, in the second episode, it's revealed that she's actually a boy in a girl's body.
Oh,
and
no,
I think that
not again.
Yeah.
Ring the other bell. Ring the much sadder bell, the gender swap bell. Dong, 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 dong.
This was
Get
this was previously a very well served demographic, just like girls that wanted to see romance. And,
I mean,
it's,
maybe it just seems that way because the backlog is always going to be bigger. But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, there's just shoujos they don't happen anymore. I feel like that type of girl is just like reading like crazy fucked up like dramatical murder visual novels.
they're
where the girls are
watching
just getting imprisoned.
videos. They're watching Darman videos on YouTube.
That's what they're loving. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've gotten to learn a lot about girls who like that content because one of the VTubers I watched, the one I talked about, one of our listeners, what's his name? Begins with a T. Fuck. It's on the tip of my tongue. Doesn't matter. But Leah, she's like her thing is like she's like a reformed Tumblr girl. She's like,
I see.
She's like risen out of, so like she was balls deep in like mid 2010s Tumblr, like Fujoshi Tumblr, just like reading and writing like violent rape fan fictions,
of course,
like for girls.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of great knowledge to disseminate on the subject, and that's a lot of good stuff. But this isn't really like that. This is just straight up shoujo.
Yeah.
Which maybe is a little too vanilla for the ladies now. They've all moved on to just getting fucking
being
whipped
murdered.
and, yeah, being literally murdered by guys who are like not even cool, just like shitty British guys who are like laying it on way too thick. I can't believe the stuff that works on those girls is just like
Twilight
crazy.
was one step removed from that, really, where it's like I want to be killed by a vampire man.
Oh yeah, that's definitely in there.
Yeah.
So she gets dumped by her boyfriend for a girl he met in a video game, and then she's playing a video game, and she meets this guy, and I was like, okay, obviously the hook here is this. Is there some kind of is the guy in the video game her boyfriend, and he thinks she's a different girl? I was confused. No, it turns out she's meeting a different guy just in the same video game that her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend now, showed her. And so then she just happens to meet him in real life and then also runs into her ex and plays a jealousy play where she very boldly pretends to be this guy's new girlfriend to make her ex jealous, which works because the game guy is apparently a very famous gamer. And then she goes and drinks with him. And then it's implied that they didn't actually fuck, but she wakes up in his bed. She probably thinks that they might have fucked, but they obviously didn't. Because it's a shoujo, and in the first episode, you can kiss or like get slapped in the first episode of a shoujo, but you usually don't fuck.
Yeah, it's the guy is really boring, which is
he's supposed to be like a tough nut to crack, I guess, but yes, he's just he's less of a nut and more of a rock. He's a stone.
There's nothing really going on with him.
And again, he is literally me, for real. But
yeah,
I don't know if he makes in real life he would make the perfect romantic partner because he would have a lot to offer. And he's a very stable. He's a rock you can lean on who will provide for you. And he'll never, the point is he doesn't make for the best romance drama.
Now, the thing is that did you
character.
miss, you did miss this because you were in the bathroom, but I actually did also claim being him too.
Well,
so
all right, fine, whatever.
It's a bummer that you
Really, nobody's you.
Man,
You're
I'm
stuck
over
being-
I'm over 3 tonight. Yeah, no, I'm fucking
You're stuck being you.
I'm stuck being an otherworldly Onahole.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate how that worked out for
This
you.
night fucking sucks for me. I gotta
It's
wake
really-
up, go to work.
Usually sometimes I catch the L's, and then so far this episode has really not panned out.
It's
well
not
for
my
you at
night.
all. Maybe things
No.
will look. Maybe things will turn up a little bit better here in the next few episodes, but as of right now, this is looking rough.
Hey, I got a lot of season ahead of me. I'm just hoping to
It's
take it
true.
one show at a time.
It's true. This is gonna pan out for you when you do claim the guy that is actually cool to be, rather than this like a serial killer.
Yeah, there's gonna be an ultimate cool guy, and I'm going to like, I'm gonna hack the Wayback Machine and claim him in like 1999, and I'm gonna show it to you. And be like, eat it, eat that.
Yeah, you need to get some false carbon dating going, or it's like there's just no.
I need to send it into a real like dating service and pay like $1,000.
How about this? How about you get a 23andMe and then have your DNA read, and then you can quantify whether or not you are actually that guy. And the truth is, you'll probably be him, because I know in my heart of hearts I'm none of these guys.
I am none of these men. They are not me, for real.
But in the days go by, water flowing underground into the. Christ, all right, I'm too drunk for the first episode of this. Jesus Christ, all right.
It's only gonna get better.
Fuck.
Yeah, you
After
know,
the
there's
money's gone.
coincidences. There's romance. There's sadness. There's crying. Show for girls. Looks nice.
Yeah, you guys get one, so
There you go.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, they really. I feel bad for the ladies who watched the show about the guy who actually wants to murder women, and it turns out that he just like likes them.
Yeah,
You know.
finally, it's like they're like, "Dude, God, she's literally me."
Yeah, they had
Just
like blue, whatever the lady blue balls is.
Blue
They had
clit.
that. They had that. Yeah. Then they got to this, and they're like, okay, that's good. He feels. I'm glad that I like that he feels nothing, but still keeps her around, and lets nothing out.
You know, that hasn't really worked for much for me.
No.
I've tried the angle of not, like engaging,
Giving them
with the
nothing
women.
at all.
Yeah, just like barely acknowledging the fact
Like
that
treating
they
them
exist.
treating them like a cop in an interrogation video, and like treating them like you're that guy who just didn't emote for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Steven.
You'll notice here that the policeman Ethan does not give any sort of response. This is perfect. This is like I'm on a GCS video or whatever the fuck it is.
JCS. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why didn't you sleep with the gamer girl, Steven? She was cute. I don't know.
Why'd you have to kill her?
I was
What's
gaming.
it? What does that mean, Steven?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyways. Ooh, how about another convenience store? Actually, no, there's a show you watched. Hey, wait. Oh, pump the brakes. Hold on. I played a little unintentional prank on you. And I was like, it'd be funny if both of us watched the second season of
God.
hit 2017 series In Another World with my smartphone. And I didn't get any screenshots of this. But you watched this apparently because I thought it'd be funny
fucker.
after
You didn't watch this?
6 years to check back in on with no context
God
after only
damn it.
seeing the first episode of the first season.
There's
and
no
both
way that you didn't watch this.
and both of us hating it. What is going on after a full
God
season
damn
and
you.
6 years of In Another World with my smartphone?
It's
Just
only right.
jumping
It's
in.
only-
Just jumping in.
yeah. You're entitled to this.
Yeah,
You're-
you know who's
you-
not
you-
you know who's not me for real? The guy who watched this fucking show.
You're entitled to this, and you deserve this. And and game recognized game. This is good.
So
Fucker.
explain to me
Oh,
like
God.
how things have progressed I've missed out on how many storylines, how many. I mean, I don't know when the novel ended, or if it's still ongoing. Are they going to finish it? Are they going to adapt the whole thing? But I missed whole epic narratives, arcs, storylines, character development. What happened when he's in another world with his smartphone? Did he grab the blueprints for the atomic bomb? Does he have them all making microchips? What's he doing? What's going on?
Let me set the groundwork for this. So, off the bat, this is a man who is in another world and he has a smartphone. Just to get that out of the way. Just to clear the air. So we're all on the same wavelength. That's the premise is that the premise is that there is a man who's reborn into another world where he has access to his smartphone.
Does he have the internet? I forget.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's got just about anything that a smartphone can do. He can do it with a smartphone that he has in this other world, and so
good.
He really doesn't actually use his phone much, from what I can tell. So this is. God damn you. You're wasting this bit on the first.
Oh, this is so much better than I could have imagined.
So this guy has a smartphone that he has access to while he's in another world. He's engaged to like 8 women. He's
nice.
He's engaged to like I think it's actually 4 different girls. And
I'm seeing 4 girls here. Yeah, this one's JC Staff now.
On a quest at the beginning of the episode, they gotta go kill some golems, so they go and kill golems and they go back to his castle basically. And so there's like this. He goes back to the castle. And he has a whole harem of women there. It's got to be about 10 or maybe 12 different girls that live in this castle.
Nice.
And he's they all have their different character traits and whatnot. So when he gets back to the castle, his maid's like, "Oh, I'm gonna draw a bath for you," and he's like, "Oh, well, why don't the girls take a bath first?" So we then spend about 12 minutes. 12 minutes of the runtime is just these dumb hoes in the tub talking about how much they love him and when exactly they fell in love with the protagonist of the show. And
damn, I should have watched this.
And it is they're clothed for they
clothed or just underwater.
It starts with them clothed. Actually, I believe they're clothed the entire time. They're like undressing as they're talking about this, and so they're undressing and talking about how much they're in love with him, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I fell in love with him at this point. It's like almost like clip show ish at that point, and so they're all just super stoked.
It's been a while. They got to recap. It's been again 6 years.
Yeah, I really am not too concerned with how these hoes fell in love with him, really. So he goes and talks to the father of one of his many fiancés, who is a king of the realm, and then learns that through his engagement to her, he's probably going to be the king of this world at some point. And that's it. It's really all that happens. He uses his magical abilities to so there's like this town that he's in where it's like, oh, we don't have any sort of like industry and we don't have any sort of tourist attraction, we're fucked. And he's like, well, I know what I'll do. I'll use my powers to give you guys something that's like an attraction. So he just like springs an onsen out of the ground, and
everybody in the entire town is like, "Oh, that's lit."
Sick.
And then one of the girls that's like his maid like tries to creep on him while he's in the spa. It's mind numbing. It's mind numbing. You did pull a fast one on me. This is good. I should have waited for you to confirm that you had watched it before I did. I'm wiser now, definitely. He has a smartphone in another world, and he's also got like a harem of bitches, and there's like not much else to it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he used the smartphone more. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but
Yeah.
it's largely just women talking about how the protagonist is the coolest guy ever, and how he's super nice and isn't a dick.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I did think it was extremely funny that this show got a sequel after one of the just because we remembered it as being one of the shittiest, most bottom of the barrel isekais we had ever seen. 6 years ago, getting another season out of fucking nowhere.
You're literally bullshitting me. Like, there's no. I'm not gonna look it up because I know you're lying. There's no way that was 6 years ago. Like, it's impossible.
July 2017.
Yeah, see, you're just making shit up. I'm not gonna look, but
it is the truth. So
you want to talk about some bullshit?
That's very funny. Okay, yes, some bullshit.
Let's round this shit off.
Isekai de cheat skill wo te nishita ore wa genjitsu sekai wo mosuru level up wa jinsei o kaeta. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Also, I think this might be our longest title ever because I did have to widen the spreadsheet column to fit it all in there.
That's a lot of characters.
Mm-hmm. So this one also starts in front of a convenience store with a woman being assaulted. It's a light novel. Milipensi, rape gang. Our protagonist, this is the type of isekai where he's a fat loser.
Yeah,
so there you go. If you wanted that for this season.
It's like no ambiguity here.
You know, one of the things that's so great about Mushoku Tensei, which was that last year? Maybe only the second part was last year. Anyways, great show. Best isekai in a while. And one of the great things they do is that the protagonist genuinely is a horrific piece of shit in the real world. Like, not only is he fat, but like at first, like he's a fat guy getting horrendously bullied, and you're like, oh, it's like one of these, it's like dumb, whatever. But he is actually just like a horrific, terrible person, and that's why he's getting bullied.
I see.
He's just like a perverted, like loser. But in this one, he's not. He's trying to rescue. He's rescuing Milady, and then he gets beaten up. I thought it'd be funny if after he got beat up, the girl was like, "Oh, thank you guys for beating up that fat creep." Again, harsh reality, but it's sometimes. This has that look that shows have where it looks better than it has any right to, but you can also tell that like there's no taste going into it. Like it's no. It gives you that feeling in your tummy where you're like, oh, this is like gonna be like exploitation, like classless fucking just kind of schlock.
Well, what happens is they crank the contrast up and they drop the shadows, and that's when you know that there's like no thought going into this, and they're just gonna exploit something.
They add a little bit of like bloom. Yeah. Yeah,
it's like contrast plus bloom equals abuse. Basically, it's like
everybody is it's going to be a completely one-dimensional
psychopath.
Well, just like some form of wish fulfillment, character. So his bullying goes. Everyone just beats him up and wants to kill him because he's fat. For some reason, he lets everybody sign his yearbook with like fatty and go die, which is like you had to give them that for them to do that.
Who experienced anything like that? Who on this podcast heard horrible shit written in your yearbook?
That wasn't. That's different. That's different. Okay, that's not the same.
At some point, we'll unpack that.
Well, whatever. Yeah, we've told that story, but it's not that funny. It's the amount of wrinkles they have on the clothes where you're like, there's too much detail in the show. I don't like it. It creeps me out. It's just that's how you know there's just something went wrong in the decision making process here. Yes, another. I noted another Japanese Starman video. There's so then he gets his life story is that his whole family also hated him for being fat, but then his grandpa, who was nice, left him everything he owned, and that made his family hate him more. So they all disowned him, and he lives alone in his grandpa's house. And then he finds his grandpa's creepy mask room, and this is where I got my great idea. Okay, because I was thinking, in an isekai, when they get the skill appraisal, you take a drink, right? But then I was thinking, wait a second, what if next season we watch all the isekais all at once for one episode, and we play a bingo game for each one, and we score them and see which one is the most isekai, and we declare the isekai winner of all isekais.
I like it.
That could be good.
I'll see if I can come up, and we'll do it in person. We'll do a drinking game.
Yeah, if you'll be here in early July, we can do that. Yeah.
July?
That's when summer airs.
Push it. Do the fall one. Do it in fall.
Okay.
I'll probably make it up for fall. Actually, I definitely will be. When is the fall season start?
October, early October.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll be up in September, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So he ends up in the isekai. He doesn't die. He's just there, and he ends up in a strange house owned by a mysterious person. I wonder who it could be. And this show wasn't good, but he ends up in what sort of looks like a cabin that would have like a farm next to it, and it made me remember. You know what I learned recently?
What's that?
Do you know? I learned something about potato farming. So like, you plant potatoes. Let's say you were to plant a 1/4 acre of potatoes, which is a lot for one person, but I don't think it's like completely undoable. That wouldn't be so much work that it's like impossible, right? Especially if you have a family. Like to tend to all the potato plants and everything.
I'm hearing it.
How do you have any idea like the quantity of potatoes you would get out of that? You can picture like a 1/4 acre in your head, right?
I do have a sort of inherent bias in terms of knowing I grew up on a farm.
Yeah,
so
but you didn't have potatoes, did you?
My family grows potatoes in their garden.
Okay.
And I know the potatoes are one of the most ridiculously prolific of all things that you can grow. It's like thousands per acre. It's like thousands of pounds of potatoes per acre.
Okay, so you already knew. It is per acre. Per acre it is 22,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
So a quarter or wait, was it 20? What the fuck was it?
Holy shit. 20 what? That is a lot. Oh my god.
I believe I have that. Yeah, 25 to 35,000 pounds per acre. So
holy crap.
So the way I learned that was that someone mentioned that.
I thought it was like 1,000, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh no. No, your problem is going to be where to store them. Yeah, so if you were to do a 1/4 acre, I think you would get easily 4,000 pounds of potatoes.
Jesus Lord.
You would have to create a whole warehouse to store them. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
that checks
so that
out. My
was-
parents have such a ridiculous amount of potatoes. It's like every time I go home, they have like fucking like bushels and bushels and bushels of them. It's ridiculous.
So that's what I was thinking about. Oh, and then he turns into a hot guy, and he's like, my muscles. And
Yeah,
then-
it's like being a hot guy in the middle of the woods can only be so bad. You know, it's like how
Well, also
how
in the
bad-
real world, he goes back to the real world. He's like, I'm a hot guy in the real world now too.
even if that didn't happen, if he was just a hot guy in the woods, it's like that's like a win.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, it's like honestly, being a hot guy in the woods is cooler.
I'm half of that. I'm in the woods.
Yeah, you're sexy as hell, and you're in barely in the fucking suburbs.
Yeah.
How far is the closest mall, bitch?
Oh, mall. It's like a 15-minute drive.
Yeah, see. You just have to deal with being unbearably sexy. That's all you can manage.
I'm coping every day.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's that show. Hey,
that it?
speaking of VTubers, are you gonna watch this?
No, I want to watch it next time. Yeah,
No, okay.
I want to watch it.
All right, we won't talk about about ancient prehistoric VTuber Kizuna Ai's new show.
Yeah, we have to unearth this fucking relic.
we have to give her a fucking shot of amphetamines to get her out of her her assisted living facility.
Yeah, we gotta fucking bring her out of amber and then inject her with fucking frog DNA. Splice that in there, and then we can fucking resurrect her.
Yeah, we're gonna let Kizuna Ai pee like Austin Powers until the next episode, and then we can talk about her show.
Ooh, hold on. Keep talking. Keep talking about Kizuna Ai peeing a whole bunch. For my piss fetish friends.
I don't know anything about her. I don't know what she eats. I don't know. Maybe she drinks a lot of coffee and it smells like coffee. That's what. Does your pee smell like coffee after you drink coffee? I never hear anyone talk about that, but that happens to me.
No,
No?
my pee is.
Do you drink coffee?
I have inert pee. It has no stank of any sort.
Are you mad
no-
hydrated though? You're probably drinking a lot of water.
My hydration game is stupid.
Okay.
So it's
You
I'm
smell your
speaking of-
piss. Mage, I tell you, I drink 1 cup of coffee and I don't deliberately smell it. It's like I can't help it. It's that much. I don't know if I'm just not breaking it down or if I'm making like way too strong of a cup of coffee or something. I don't know. It's like 30 grams.
Maybe
of
you're making
beans.
too strong. Maybe you're just making really strong piss. Have you thought about that?
Maybe it's both. Yeah. No waste.
God.
I mean, it is waste, but like no.
No
I'm not putting-
nutrients, only waste.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting any good stuff. It's just I'm getting fully efficient, getting all the poison out in my
0%
piss.
efficiency. It's just
I'm retaining all my water. Being crystals. You smell
I'm
your
straight-
piss?
I've asked girls that on Tinder before. It hasn't really gone far.
One of my favorite images is that screenshot of that Tinder conversation where he tries to open with. I love the idea of opening with a joke and then just bailing out and going full sexual. Where he's like, "How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?" And she's like, "How many?" He goes, 10 tickles. I thought they had 8. He goes, "Can I eat your ass?"
There are a lot of articles about how there's like young men in my city are being killed and dumped in the river.
Well, you know, sorry about that.
Show up for the next episode, everybody. If I make it.
You smell your piss. That made me think of I don't know if this is even that funny, but I made Steven crack up really hard at this. I saw a picture. It was a meme. It was the scene from The Matrix. He was holding the 2 pills, but the 2 pills were labeled alcohol and Islam, and and Neo was labeled what was it, Bosnia. and Morpheus goes, "You just take both fucking pills?" I was like, I didn't know that, but now I get it, and that's funny. That is funny. All right. That was too much of everything.
You're welcome, baby.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to finish spring. We're going to talk more.
We're gonna do Sunday. Hopefully, will be the next episode.
We're going to do so much. There's nothing we're not going to do, man. Fucking. When is that? When does this start? A minute and what did you say?
A minute 25.
Minute 25.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Follow us on Twitter.
Love you
Leave
guys.
a comment in the comments.
Bitch, you
Shakira
thirsty,
mail.
please grab a Sprite. My Crip's lurking. Don't die tonight. I just wanna dance with you, baby. Just don't move too fast. I'm too crazy. Man down the Ave and get shaded. Take a nigga mind off that. We can dip, fuck in the whip, slide right back in the function. One wrong word, start busting. Put that on my Yankee hat. I'm a gangster crip, fuck gangster rap. Where the ladies at? Where the hoes? Where the bitches? Every real nigga know the difference. Bandana Brown, like the dope daddy, shooting in the kitchen. Nerf side nigga, never went to Polly Wilson or Cabrilla. Cocaine color of a Rello. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. T-Scrap moving for the D-Lo. What he know? Then that was the first verse. This is the main chorus says, I ain't never ran from nothing but the police. I ain't never ran from nothing but the police. I ain't never ran from nothing but the police. From the city where the skinny carry strong heat. Nerfside, Long Beach, Nerfside, Long Beach. So let's just encourage kids to run from the police, because that's okay, right? We wonder why this society is so messed up. Listen to the music. Hit the corner, make a dollar flip, and split the dollars with my mama children. Folks need Porsches, hoes need abortions. I'm sorry. I just need y'all out my business. Never no problem, playing no pitches. Never no problem, spraying no witnesses. No face, no case, been with the shit. Hopped out broad day, then emptied clips. This is where it gets really messed up. Cut class, because it wasn't about cash. So talking about cutting school.